I think, I'm not positive, but I think what was going on was that I'm using this bidet. I'm spraying my whole area, you know? And then the burst of hot air comes on to dry your nether regions out. It's a very fancy toilet. But, you know, that takes some time to dry your, and I think I might have been standing up and pulling up my pants a little too early, and there was some moisture going on, and that caused some sort of funk, crotch rot, growth, God only knows what. And so I don't know if it's related, but I haven't been using it, Snitz. So you have a bidet, and you love it.
Yeah, I got one of the add-on ones, but it's not, my toilet's not a bidet. I added a bidet to it.
It's a bidet toilet seat that goes on?
Kind of an attachment to the seat.
I see.
But I do that, and then I just dab it with some toilet paper to dry it. And it's always clean now. Oh, my God, that thing's awesome.
I'm getting one as soon as I get back from Japan. I don't want to install it before I leave and then have other people using it. So.
Yeah, I don't want other people touching that.
So you're going to get a
bidet?
bidet?
Singing its praises, and I'm going to give it a try.
Now, are you going to get, what kind of thing did you get, Snitz? Is it just like a little, I've seen one, it looks like an emergency brake lever in cars, like the old kind, you know? Like you
has some dials on the side, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you have?
Mm-hmm. And I thought it was going to be like super cold.
Yeah.
Not cold.
Is it heated up at all?
No,
or is it?
Not at all.
Okay,
Just
so.
room temperature.
All right. Oh, yeah, mine, the other thing, this toilet seat of mine. And I don't know if this is related, but, you know, for like the past few years, I've been telling you that I have these. They're kind of like zits, but not really. And they itch like crazy.
Bed bug bites?
No, they're right in my, is it a gluteal fold? Is that what it's called? It's right where my ass folds down and meets to my leg. That little crease right there.
I love, not on you, but I love that gluteal fold.
Snitz, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to turn you on like that.
It's one of my favorite things. My wife knows that.
Yeah, if you
I love my
ask
hand
nicely,
right
I'll come model my gluteal fold for you later. But you're not going to like my gluteal fold because that's where these things pop up. They're almost like zits, but they itch like crazy. And it's been going on a couple of years. And I don't know for sure. But I've been thinking a lot about this. I go, I can't live the rest of my life like this. This has been going on forever. My toilet seat. And I spend a lot of time on this toilet. The toilet seat is heated. And sometimes it gets hot. It's almost a little too hot. Now, it's adjustable. I might have to dial it down a little bit. But then it's not quite. It's nice when you sit down and the toilet seat is nice and toasty.
Brag a little bit more.
I know. And so I think what's happening is I'm sitting on the toilet for too long, and the heat is causing my gluteal fold to sweat. And that's what's causing this issue, perhaps. I'm not positive about it, but it feels so good, the heated toilet seat, that I don't want to turn it off. I turned it off once. I go, I think this is the problem. So I turned it off. And then I forgot I turned it off the next time I came, and I sat down on the toilet. I go, oh, my God.
Are you insane?
If you don't have a heated toilet seat, you don't know all about this. I'm opening your eyes to something. This is like before cars had keyless entry and windshield wipers that would turn on by themselves and all these fancy things like backup cameras. You don't know. You don't know until you have it. And the heated toilet seat is the best.
Do you also have the heated towel rack, or do you heat your towels for when you shower?
I do not, no.
Oh,
but
I'm
I know like in
surprised.
hotels they have that, yeah. I don't have that now.
Maybe you should see a dermatologist for your gluteal fold.
Yeah, but then I have to show him my ass. I don't want to do that.
I mean, if it's so glorious.
Well, yeah.
Those folds.
Snitzer, he's willing to inspect it. I love the gluteal folds.
But you could get rid of that problem, I'm sure, pretty easy.
Yeah, I'm guessing like some sort of cream or something needs to be applied, and then it will, I don't know. All right, I've got to wrap things up. I do have Tom Segura tickets. He's coming Thursday, September 26th, the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. If you're caller 30 right now, 866-YO-ROVER, 866-967-6837. I'll give you a pair of tickets. You can get tickets at info@tomsegura.com. Excuse me. Let's see here. Oh, we have the Friday leftovers coming up on RMG Plus. We'll all be sticking around. You can watch or listen live at roverradio.com or with the Rover Radio app. Jeffrey, you're sticking around. What do you have planned for the weekend?
Honest with you.
What?
I said, I don't know.
Okay.
Haven't really put anything in cement yet.
Okay. We will be back live.
Cement.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, I'll
It
let
just
go.
means nothing's concrete.
Okay. All right. Okay.
It means I haven't set it in stone, Mr. Snitzer.
All right. We'll be back live Tuesday morning. Have a great day and a great long weekend. It's Rover's Morning Glory.
Bye.
Bye.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Later on at 12:45, the Penthouse giving you a shot to win tickets to see Korn September 14th at I Think Financial Amphitheater.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy as we move through the remainder of our Friday morning. Some scattered showers and isolated storms are going to continue to come on shore for us as well. Winds out of the east around 10 miles per hour. Temperatures are headed up into the 80s now with our highs back in the upper 80s for the afternoon. Feeling a little bit warmer too. Chance of storms will continue through the afternoon and evening.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. Get a Sleepy's Queen mattress at the lowest price ever, just $89.99. Offer ends Tuesday. In-store pickup only. Hurry and stop by Mattress Firm during their Labor Day sale.
That's not just the sound of that first sip of Morning Joe. It's the sound of someone shopping for a car on Carvana from the comfort of home.
That's a good blend.
It's time to take it easy, like answering some easy questions to get pre-qualified for a car in minutes.
Talk about starting the morning right.
Just like customizing your terms so your car fits your budget. Visit Carvana.com or download the app to experience car shopping the way it should be. Convenient, comfortable.
In this week's Marketers Report, Angela Zepeda, CMO Hyundai Motor America, talks about audio storytelling.
People scratch their heads and say, why would you put your brand on a channel that doesn't show the sheet metal? But for us, it's about storytelling. That's driving a lot of brand awareness, but we can also drive a lot of intent.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the influencers, audiences, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Is getting gas at Exxon burning a hole in your wallet? What if I told you you can easily earn cash back while you fill up? Introducing Drop, the app that turns every fill up into a reward. With Drop, you'll earn points to get free gift cards every time you fill up your tank. Download Drop and use code DROP66 to instantly receive $5 in points to jumpstart your savings journey. Don't miss out on turning your gas expenses into something rewarding.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Is there a sticker on your garage door? If something goes wrong and you need an expert to solve your problem, are you just going to call that number because the sticker told you to? I mean, isn't that something your husband would do? Better call these guys, honey. The sticker said so. Can't violate the International Sticker Code now, can I? What kind of self-respecting man in a house surrenders his independence to a ratty old scrap of paper with glue on the back? Of course, if you find a Mo Better Garage sticker on it, you might want to listen to your husband just this once. Because all garage door stickers are not created equal. No matter who installed your garage door, you can call us to repair it. Our technicians are expertly trained on the widest range of equipment with the experience to solve any problem. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. After we fix it, we'll put our sticker on it, so your husband has someone to call.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Should I be supporting my brain health?
There's a way to support your overall brain health, including memory, and it's called Nariva. Nariva Brain Health supplements have clinically tested ingredients that can support up to 7 indicators of brain health, including memory. Look for Nariva at Walmart today and feel the difference. Also try Nariva Ultra with clinically tested cognitive and feel mentally alert. Available at Walmart. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Attention boaters. This Labor Day weekend, be sure to watch out for marine life swimmers, paddlers, and dive flags while boating. Always have personal flotation devices readily available for everyone on board. Safe boating saves lives. This message is brought to you by the Marine Industries Association of Palm Beach County.
This ad furnished by Nesmond Taju LLC. Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Honey, the credit card bill came, and we're maxed out.
Great. Maxed out cards, rent is due, bills are piling up. We just need some extra cash to help us get by.
We should do what my brother did. He went to 45cash.com and got $3,000.
With our bad credit?
45cash.com is different. They're one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with any type of credit get up to $5,000.
I'm sure there's a lot of paperwork.
Nope. My brother said it was fast and easy. He did it right from his phone.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan of up to $5,000 in minutes, and your cash can hit your bank account as soon as the next day. Our lenders have millions of dollars to lend regardless of your credit history.
Great news! I went to 45cash.com and we'll have our money as soon as tomorrow.
Wow, that is fast.
If you need extra cash, go to 45cash.com. That's 45cash.com. 45cash.com.
This is the sound of real people across Florida betting on sports. It's the sound of winning your bet, only on Hard Rock Bet. And if your first bet doesn't win, you get up to $100 back to try again. Hard Rock Bet is Florida's only legal sportsbook. Your home for betting hoops or any sport you choose. Download Hard Rock Bet now and get 2 shots at your first bet. Win, or you'll get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Don't miss our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, and you're having a good time.
Friday and Saturday, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
iHeartRadio, let's go!
Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
A multi-vehicle crash that's been blocking the northbound lanes of I-95 at Blue Heron Boulevard since early this morning has just moved to the right shoulder. Traffic finally beginning to move freely past that scene. Keep in mind, Lawrence Road is still shut down due to construction. Hypaluxo Road to Lantana Road. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hurst.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes it easy to save money. When you bundle your auto policy with home, condo, or renters, you'll earn a multi-policy discount. Easy to bundle, easy to save. Visit Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
The Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
I am awake.
Hey, it's Friday.
It's a 3-day weekend.
3-day weekend.
Labor Day weekend is here.
Labor Day weekend.
There's bound to be traffic, because it's Labor Day weekend and everything. And
Labor Day
is Labor Day.
Labor Day weekend.
Grilling.
I'm just waiting for a hot dog.
Summer is officially over.
We're going to take a little family vacation of our own.
Happy Labor Day.
It's showtime.
Redefining radio. This is where the fun begins. Introducing Greek.
Let me tell you something.
Don't ever love more you than anybody else you love more.
Francis.
Because then you're just like, you're squeezing your banana so hard every time you come in here, and then you're pounding it on the desk.
Jimmy.
We haven't had to pull it for quite a while, so we got to lube it up.
Let's get the party started. It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
Yes, it's the Penthouse on a Friday, getting you ready for Labor Day weekend. A lot of people hitting the pavement and the road this weekend. Hope you guys do whatever you do, and you have a good time and enjoy yourself and be safe. That is the most important thing. We'll get into a lot of different things today in the Penthouse. Some this, some that, some yang, some yo. You got a chance to win tickets at 12:45 to Korn. That's going to be an awesome concert. I can't wait for that. Oh, man, I'm counting the hours. Come on, Korn. You got a chance to go to Vegas. We'll talk about that because we really hit the bank. Franny will tell you about some things that are going on this week. We got a Greek misspeak. We got some college football last night. A full plate of college football this weekend. So much going on in the Penthouse on a Friday. Spell it, Friday. Good morning, Jimmy. How are you?
Hello, and good morning. Happy Friday, y'all.
Happy Friday, and hello to Francis, the queen of the show, the boss. How are you?
Hi, what's going on? Happy Friday. A Friday before Labor Day.
Yeah,
baby. Long weekend.
And we all know what's happening on Monday.
Labor Day?
Come on, Joey Chestnut, baby.
I'm like, Labor
Joey
Day?
Chestnut's going to do it.
Joey Chestnut.
You know what? I like the underdog.
Really?
I don't know if he's going to
All
win,
right.
but I'm just rooting for Kobayashi, the OG.
I don't know.
I'm rooting. I think if I was a betting woman, Chestnut's probably going to win, but I'm pulling for Kobayashi.
Oh, okay,
I'm
so-
just pulling for him. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to root for him, but you wouldn't bet on him.
Yes,
Okay,
I would
because I was
not.
going to put a little wager on that. But,
Yeah. No, I may, and I'll put money on Chestnut, but I'm still going to root for Kobayashi
How could you root for one guy and bet on the other?
because I can do that. I'm different than you.
That makes no sense.
The underdog, yeah, I want the money. I'm going to be
So
happy.
if you want the
'cause I'm
money,
be
you're gonna
happy
root for the
either
other
way.
person.
Yeah, I'm going to be happy either
You're
way.
faking it.
But I'm not putting a lot of money on it, so it doesn't really rock my world if he loses.
You don't like to lose any money.
Who does? But I'm just saying it's not going to be. I just like the underdog to win, and I do like Kobayashi. But if I were to bet, I would bet on Chestnut.
Oh, so you're not betting on Chestnut?
I said if I were to bet.
Okay, so you're not. So
I don't know yet, G-Man.
Well, you can't bet on one and root for the other.
I can do whatever I want.
You can, but
I
it doesn't
can,
make sense.
actually. I can do whatever I want.
You can do whatever you want.
That's like
You're a woman.
That's like a team. If you know your
Thanks for listening today.
Yeah. If you know your team isn't going to win, right? But you like to bet and you bet whatever, and you're going to bet on a team that you know is going to win, but you still root for your team because it's your team. So
I don't
your
want them
pocket
to
is different
win.
than your heart.
I'm not rooting for them to win if I got money on the other team. I could care what happens.
You don't want people to hang out with you who are rooting for the team that you have money on.
Of course.
You're a different beast. I get it. Some people can they can do that. They can bet on something and just think about that with their brain, with whatever they want to have, and then with their heart, they truly want their team to win. So I'm just rooting for the underdog. Is that okay?
Do whatever you want.
Because you were telling me I can't do it.
It doesn't make sense, but it's life.
You don't make sense. Of
course. I know I make sense with this. If I'm betting on a team, I'm not rooting for the other one.
I get it, and probably a lot of people are agreeing with you. I understand. I just said if I were to bet, I would bet Chestnut, but I want to root for Kobayashi, the underdog, to win.
Okay.
Good morning.
Sorry, I brought it up.
Jimmy, how are you? I'm great. I'm fine. All right, we had a winner on Real Radio in the Penthouse yesterday. Somebody's going to Vegas. Yeah.
2 winners on Real Radio, y'all. That is fantastic.
That's pretty wild, man. I got to tell you.
One on Rover's Morning Glory a couple weeks ago. I think it was last week. And then yesterday we had a winner right here on the Penthouse.
Excited. So excited.
Yes.
People win. It isn't a scam. It isn't we just throw it out there. People really win. We promote it because we want you to win. That's the best news I heard all morning. So I was so happy. Congratulations. And let's get another one. Why stop at 2 when you can get 3? Just like hookers. 877-927-6969.
Well, that's happened to us last time we were doing the $1,000 giveaway. We had 2 winners.
I know.
And we didn't get 3, so I feel good about this.
All right.
Right? Let's do that.
Now,
Let's
Jimmy
get there
says
one.
we have another week, correct, Jim?
Yeah, we do. We do have one more
We
week.
lied to you guys.
Yeah.
You were saying yesterday it was one more day.
Well, no, and so I heard from my co-host too on the mornings on the Gator, and we were even.
Oh, he doesn't know anything.
He should, and so we were even promoting. All this week. It's last week, and then so we were like, just kidding, it's not the last week. Well, it doesn't matter either way. You know, we were making, and that's why we had a winner because we were pressuring you into doing it because you thought it was going to be over.
We want to make a mistake
but
so you can correct it.
Over.
Yeah. So we did it on purpose.
Yeah.
We did it on purpose.
We did a Greek. We pulled a Greek is what we did.
We pulled a Greek.
Yes.
Well, congratulations to the winner. I hope you have a great time. Enjoy yourself. Think of us when you're in Vegas.
Congratulations. Larry is his name. I'll see if I can get Larry on the phone. We can talk to him maybe in the next segment.
That'd be awesome. Congratulations, Larry. I hope you have a great time with whoever you take and whatever you do, and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, that's going to be a blast. Not just that, you get $1,000. Like, that alone is awesome.
Yeah.
Than this paid-for trip to Vegas.
I mean, normally we just give you $1,000.
Yeah.
Here you got $1,000 and a trip.
Yep.
Which is fantastic.
Uh-huh.
I think that is great. We have Greek misspeak. Is it spin the wheel today?
It is spin the wheel, so let me get the wheel out, and we'll get going and do that here in a minute. All right, and who's up first?
Of course, Francis.
Franny, you're up first.
Okay, sure.
All right, here we go, and go.
Going.
Oh, number 124. Here we go, kids.
This is your Greek misspeak
I would just say one thing the first time, and then I would say something the second time.
Really?
Oh, my God. Please, I'm asking the man upstairs. Give me a break. Genoe.
Serenity now! Serenity now!
Step into the penthouse, bend your head, and say hi.
Oh,
hello. Mahomes last night, like for the first time, he looked a little off-censored.
It's false. No way.
Hats off to everybody in Melbourne. God bless. Meshi Mata. Joe Biden, our president now, works out all the time on one of these bikes, a Pentatron.
Durable design start with Pentatron.
It's like putting a bow on a Christmas gift. He makes it pa-pa-pa-pia. I mean, I watch the news. I know you guys are getting schmack.
Excuse me, what?
Because I want to know who I'm talking to so I can give the advice. It's better for me to give advice on turkeys when I see who I'm looking at.
you look like a whore.
You know, it's funny. I remember putting that one together, and I always try to find something that'll match up with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just typed into this one area that I'll get audio from, and I just typed in Pentatron. And son of a gun, if that didn't come up.
I've always wondered why the heck, like that. I was just like, it was
a real thing. It was a real business or something.
It wasn't even AI created or anything. It's really there. No, you do a great job.
Well, thank you.
Great job, Jimmy. As always, thank you so much. And if you guys want to request a Greek misspeak, we'll try to make it happen for you. Can't guarantee it, but we will try to make it happen for you.
Now, I don't know if this woman has a Pentatron, just kidding, a Peloton to give you, but she's got a bunch of other stuff. So my girlfriend, we have a group chat going, and she sent this link to Facebook, and I was just like, wow, this is pretty good. This is juicy. And I clicked on it, and I even put on my Facebook page that I was interested to going to the event. If you have not seen it yet.
Is that how it ended up on my feed?
That is exactly, because you saw that I was interested in going to the event.
Was that it?
So
Okay.
if you follow somebody and you see. So tomorrow, and I'm going to give you things going on this weekend, but tomorrow there's something going on starting at 8 in the morning. I messaged the woman because she's putting it on blast. It is on there on Instagram. I messaged her privately, and I was like, hey, I can give out some more information if you like me to. I'm on a radio show, but if you don't like me to, I will totally understand. But I will give you some information so you know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not going to give you address or anything. You can see it on my social if you follow me on Facebook. But it is labeled tomorrow, 8 a.m., cheating husband yard sale.
Oh, wow.
Come and get it. Tools galore, sports, office, kids, 55 T-Bird. I was like, just give it away her kids. No, just kidding. 55 T-Bird. This is happening in Jupiter, Florida. This woman's husband did her wrong, and she is scorned, and she is going to make money off of it. I am telling you, it says first come, first serve, no reserves. Talking tools galore, generator, workbench, power tools, hand tools, extension cords, all kinds of stuff. Pneumatic electric nail guns if you need compressor.
So is he out of town for a weekend?
Probably. Oh, she kicked his ass out. She probably did that. They have bikes, helmets, free weights. I told my friends, because I'm not not going to be around. I'm like, hey, if you guys go, I have a couple things I want.
Yeah.
For Christmas.
What's that generator going for?
I'm looking at a ping pong table, some free weights. His Viva Body Slimmer looks awesome too. I had to look up some of these things. Gym equipment, camping equipment, collectibles. She has Gretzky stuff, Steelers stuff.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, is she allowed to do this by law?
She can do whatever she wants. This is her stuff too. She's selling it. It is a garage sale.
But it's his too.
And well, he cheated on her. Who cares? Air fryer, pots and pans, dorm fridge, furniture, dressers.
So there's three sides to every
armoire.
story. Maybe he was forced to cheat.
And there's no such thing as forcing to cheat. Antiques.
That was Greek for the playback.
Solid wood hand-carved writing desk. I mean, she's got antiques. She's got holiday stuff, Christmas trees, lots of lights and new boxes, decor, gas forge, anvil, hammers, apron, and screen printing press. Riley Hopkins 4-station screen printing press with an infrared dryer. That sounds fancy. And then to top it off, the creme de la creme, the 1955 Ford Thunderbird, only 3 owners, original Tiffany blue paint, with a few touch-ups, original convertible soft top plus removable, 56 hard top with portal windows, 83K original miles, runs but needs right front drum brake and brake line. She has a part, so don't worry. And some interior work. She has most of the parts.
That's brutal.
Yeah,
selling a car. That's brutal.
Giving away the car.
So many people are. I've already saw the comments. They're like, "I'll take the car. I'll take the car. I'll take the car."
She's gonna make a mint on that.
Oh, and already.
I thought she's giving it away. She's not selling.
No, she's selling. It's a yard sale.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. She's not giving away.
Oh,
She's
I
selling.
thought she was just giving it.
But it was
yard sale.
How was it worded? It was a cheating husband sale.
Cheating husband yard sale.
So I replied, "Oh, perfect. I was just looking for one."
Yeah, cheating husband yard sale. Come and get it. Tools
And you have
galore.
the exact address?
I have the address. I have everything for it. And I should hit her up, but I looked. I think she does real estate too. She'd be like, "Hey, if you want somebody to sell your house," because it says like you go down, it says house sale coming soon. So
wow.
she is
What is the house going for?
She is. It doesn't say. I mean, I can look it up. I can get comps because she's in the farms area, Jupiter Farms.
That's nice
And
area.
it is a very nice area. Those houses are very sought after. All that land.
it's not
it's got a
important.
main house and a guest house on 2.5 acres.
Wow, that must be going for millions.
It's
not important, but what does she look like?
They have a pool. Everything.
What time is this tomorrow?
I was like 8 a.m.
Jim, before the locker room, me and you. Head over there. Hey, what's up, buddy?
Oh man,
I want that generator.
I want so many things.
And there's going to be a ton of people there.
Yeah.
You think the girl he cheated with will be there or no?
I mean, and that's why, because it was on, like, if you follow some of these pages, Jupiter locals and stuff. And so, because I'm not friends with this, but I was able to gain access to the page. But yeah, I mean, she posted it out there for people to see.
Wow.
And
that
I
is
guarantee that place is going to be mobbed.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Mobbed.
No
Not
doubt.
only because they want stuff,
Just
but
thanks for you alone.
I know. But I also just think the fun novelty of like, ooh, this is salacious.
Well, that's the
Like,
thing, right?
Yes.
Especially that car, though.
Yeah,
Boy, you
that-
want to talk about a selling point. That'll
That
get
car is
people
going to
there.
get snatched up. Man,
That-
Tiffany
I
blue,
wonder if
original
it gets-
color, and they got the hard and soft top.
The question is, like, will she sit there and be like, okay, first come, first serve on that, or
She shouldn't.
let people bid on it?
She shouldn't. Maybe some things, right? But that car, she should. She should, like, just wait till the end of the day and be like, I'll call you. And, like,
Yeah.
whoever has the highest price. Yeah.
I wonder if this gets stopped before tomorrow. Like if he gets an attorney, a court order.
I mean, it's already been since yesterday, and it's still up there. That post is still there. So.
Wow, man. That's a shame. They couldn't work it out.
It's a shame.
The car is questionable. I know Greek wants to play with that, but
Maybe she paid for all this
whose
stuff.
Whose name is the
it?
car? And
Yeah.
Maybe she
you
did.
know, because I mean, if it is in his name and not hers, I don't think she is allowed to sell it.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. I don't think
from
you
a
can.
serious point.
Well, and
but
that's the thing.
outside of that-
She looks like a very serious businesswoman. I've done my research. I even know what the guy looks like.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah, I've done some Facebook
Cute.
stalking. So
He's adorable.
He's got a great mustache.
Nice, I know. I was gonna
Young,
say.
or would you say?
but-
I'm kind of jealous.
No. They're a bit of an older couple. I would say 50s,
Okay.
60s.
Not even close.
Yeah,
Gee,
yeah. So she's not a brunette. I know you don't like blondes, but
I don't. I'm just asking questions. I'm trying to be involved.
Uh-huh.
I heard Jupiter. Farmhouse? Oh, wow. What's happening? Oh, my God.
you would think she'd be smart enough and realize that she knows that she can't sell, especially the car, right? If the title's under his name. But yeah. I just thought that was fun to see. So there you go. If you
That's
want to
pretty
direct
crazy.
message me, I'll let you know where it's at.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get back. I don't see it. She's pretty angry.
Yeah, pretty safe to say that one's over.
Yeah, I wonder who he cheated on her with. Ooh. Man, that is really
We have theories. My girlfriends and I are going back and forth because they have group pictures together, and we're like circle. We're like, I bet it's that girl. We're just kidding, though.
I was kind of surprised that those photos were still up there on Facebook.
Yeah,
of the two of them.
And he doesn't have. At least he's not tagged. She may have like unfriended him, but we know his name. Like, because typically you can tell if it's highlighted. You can click on his link. That means he's got a Facebook page.
Yeah.
But
is the name there? I didn't notice.
He may have. Yeah, with some of the pictures, like me and so.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
he may have taken his name off or unfriended her, or maybe just got off Facebook because he was probably getting super harassed.
So you did do some research.
Oh yeah,
I didn't look into it that much.
I sure did.
Nice.
It's called show prep. That's
That's it. Show prep. Yes.
Prep.
Yes.
Scott, she sounds like she's very mad right now.
Yeah, I have a feeling it wasn't just one time.
Oh, you think more?
And I have a feeling she caught them. My suspicion is that she caught them in the act.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or there's something. I mean, to be this
What do you mean?
bitter.
Oh, and maybe she knows the person.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that she caught him in the act. I just want to create the story in my head because that's when you get real bad.
Sure.
Yeah, when you see it firsthand.
Yeah,
like if it's your sister or something, or your mom. Or,
Man, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. What?
Your mom. 877-927.
That's like been in the news lately. A couple incidents like that happening. That's the only reason why I joke about it.
I looked at the
Mom's
car.
daughters.
The car is beautiful. Like, I want to drive this thing. The 56
I can only imagine.
turquoise, Tiffany blue. Yeah, somebody wants to buy me that.
Hope that piece of ass was worth it. It is the Penthouse.
Nope.
It is the Penthouse. Well, he may think so. You never know. It is the Penthouse on a Friday. Is there ever a piece of ass that's worth it?
I love this. What if the yard sale lady was told by her husband, "We haven't had sex in over a year. If we don't, I'll get it somewhere." Did you think of that? Well, did you, Franny? My best to you all, Al in Green Acres. You know what? It doesn't matter. You shouldn't cheat. Cheating is cheating.
They
Whether
get
you
a
have
divorce.
sex a year or you have sex every week.
Yeah, if the other
Al.
person doesn't know.
Yeah, Al.
Yeah, Al.
Yeah, Al. Come on. Where's the morality around here? You know what kind of show you're
You know what
calling?
happens if you put that down and you're like, if we haven't had sex every year, if we don't, I'll go somewhere else. That's when you say, you know what, we should get a divorce instead of, as G-Man says, painting outside of the lines.
I agree 100%. Boo-hoo. What are we doing, people? Damn, it's so tough to be a great citizen and a great person with
so
morality. Yeah, go North Carolina. It is the Penthouse on a Friday. We'll be back with This Day in History, a trifecta, and so much more. Stop cheating. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
He said, "Can you please return the $1,800 that I mistakenly sent to your account via Zelle?" If the person on the other end doesn't do anything, are they in trouble? Like if I accidentally send C-Lane $2,000 via Venmo, try it out. I think
that's a good point.
I'm not taking part in this experiment.
The news junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
A multi-vehicle crash that's been blocking the northbound lanes of I-95 at Blue Heron Boulevard since early this morning has just moved to the right shoulder. Traffic finally beginning to move freely past that scene. Keep in mind, Lawrence Road is still shut down due to construction. Hypaluxo Road to Lantana Road. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm traffic. I'm Ron Hurst.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. Get a Sleepy's Queen mattress at the lowest price ever, just $89.99. Offer ends Tuesday. In-store pickup only. Hurry and stop by Mattress Firm during their Labor Day sale.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe Palm Beach, 7 days a week. That's where the beautiful ladies are. Open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And Sunday night is Midnight Madness. Every Sunday from 12 to 2. In the biz, 50% off drinks. Step right up, spin a wheel of madness, win amazing prizes. Sunday night at Monroe's. Get you ready for the week. Monroe's and Palm Beach. That's where all the sexy, beautiful ladies are. Peace!
When the going gets tough, the tough get Storm Smart. Since 1996, Storm Smart has simplified the process of protecting your home. Our Stormcatcher screens and shutters are designed and manufactured here in Florida. Along with impact windows and doors, Storm Smart ensures your experience from purchase through installation is seamless. We know what it takes to keep your home safe, livable, and beautiful. Because Smart is making it easy to protect your home. And Smart is simple. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
Hi, this is Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather Florida Injury Lawyers. A motor vehicle crash occurs in the blink of an eye and never takes place at a good time. From personal experience And after more than 25 years of helping car accident victims, I know how painful, disruptive, and stressful the crash and its aftermath can be. To further complicate matters, there are often very complex legal and insurance issues that arise from the crash. The entire legal team at Smith, Ball, Baez & Prather knows how to navigate through such legal maze following an accident. If you've been in an accident, the lawyers at Smith, Ball, Baez & Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith, Ball, Baez & Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
For decades, the mafia had New York City in a stranglehold, but the murder of Carmichael Galanti marked the beginning of the end.
It sent the message that we can prosecute these people.
From the minds behind the acclaimed television series, listen to Law and Order: Criminal Justice System on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart Radio app and search Law and Order: Criminal Justice System and start listening.
Injured on the job? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Glenn Levine, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Is there a sticker on your garage door? If something goes wrong and you need an expert to solve your problem, are you just going to call that number because the sticker told you to? I mean, isn't that something your husband would do? Better call these guys, honey. The sticker said so. Can't violate the International Sticker Code now, can I? What kind of self-respecting man in a house surrenders his independence to a ratty old scrap of paper with glue on the back? Of course, if you find a Mo Better Garage sticker on it, you might want to listen to your husband just this once. Because all garage door stickers are not created equal. No matter who installed your garage door, you can call us to repair it. Our technicians are expertly trained on the widest range of equipment with the experience to solve any problem. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. After we fix it, we'll put our sticker on it, so your husband has someone to call.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Ends Labor Day. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
As fall approaches, you have a lot to prepare for. Back to school, sporting events, family gatherings, and staying on top of your health. The virus that causes COVID-19 continues to evolve. So this fall, no matter what you're prepping for, you can prioritize your family's health and make a game plan for COVID-19 vaccination. Ask your doctor or pharmacist to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Kevin Sorbo here, and I have an important message to share. If you owe the IRS back taxes, they can garnish your wages and levy your bank accounts. They can even seize your retirement or take your home. Tax Network USA is A+ rated and has saved over $500 million for their clients. Whether you owe a few thousand or a few million, they can help you.
Call Tax Network USA at 800-728-2000 or visit tnusa.com. That's 800-728-2000 or visit tnusa.com.
You hear more and more about identity theft in the news every day. That's because so much of your personal info is out of your control, like your insurance provider that has your social security number and your favorite retailer that has your payment details. If they get breached, your information's vulnerable. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code PLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Time with family, laughs with friends, and cash back? Discover's got you covered on the last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cash Back Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Real Radio weather.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy as we move through the remainder of our Friday morning. Some scattered showers and isolated storms are going to continue to come onshore for us as well. Winds out of the east around 10 miles per hour. Temperatures are headed up into the 80s now, with our highs back in the upper 80s for the afternoon. Feeling a little bit warmer, too. The chance of storms will continue through the afternoon and evening.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A., copyright 2024.
Kickoff is almost here, and iHeart is the official home of the NFL Podcast Network, featuring podcasts like NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal.
Packing it with so much goodness. Chock full of info.
And tons of fantasy football podcasts with expert advice for you to win your fantasy league. It's the best part of the season. Your team is undefeated and anything is possible. Take the iHeartRadio app and the NFL with you right in your pocket. Open the free iHeart app, search NFL, and start listening now.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It's back in the Penthouse on a Friday, getting ready for Labor Day weekend. Later in the program, we'll tell you some things that you can possibly do and get involved with. We had a big winner on our show yesterday, and we had a winner going to Vegas on iHeart, which is tremendous. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
Francis is here.
Hey, what's up?
And it's time for This Day in History and a Trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
I gas went up from yesterday to today, and I don't know how Steph Curry's going to afford it, but he signed a new contract. We broke it yesterday. 1-year deal with the Warriors, $62 million. Mingada. Warriors won't win at all. They had a great run where they in the championship. NBA in final 6 years, won 4. But he did sign one more year for $62 million. Gators and Canes tomorrow. We talked about it all week. It is the cream of the crop on the biggest games, and that'll be 3:30, 12:30 pregame on Real Radio. Reese and Clark play tonight in the WNBA. It's Chicago against Indiana, and the tickets are sky high. Very expensive to go to this game. What a difference a year makes. Colorado won 31-26 last night. We did tell you watch out for this game because Dion and his boys did not cover, but his son threw 4 touchdown passes. Hunter had 3 catches for three of those catches for touchdowns. Colorado off to a 1-0 start. Full throttle this weekend. College football. There's even college football tonight. I would lay to 42 at Oklahoma. And that is your Greek's Trifecta. Over to Jimmy for This Day in History.
On this day in history.
Well, today's history lesson is going to take us back to 1905, and that's 119 glorious years ago. And this is when Ty Cobb made his major league debut with the Detroit Tigers. That's where we're starting today. Now we're going to fast forward to 1963. That was 61 years ago. The Hotline, which is a communication link between Washington, D.C. and Moscow, went into operation for the very first time. 57 years ago today, 1967, the Senate confirmed Thurgood Marshall as a justice to the Supreme Court of these United States. 45 years ago today, here's a nice little nugget of news for you here. 1979, it was the first recorded instance of a comet hitting the sun. The energy released is equal to approximately 1 million hydrogen bombs. Damn! 31 years ago today, in 1993, 23 million homes tuned into CBS for the debut of The Late Show with David Letterman. First musical guest for Dave was Billy Joel. 28 years ago today, in 1996, Billy Bob Thornton's brilliant movie Sling Blade premiered at Colorado's Telluride Film Festival. The movie went on to earn Billy Bob an Oscar for Best Screenplay. And finally, 19 years ago today, in 2005, Kanye West released his Grammy-winning second album, Late Registration, featuring Jamie Foxx on Gold Digger, which is obviously the open to the locker room on Saturdays right here on Real Radio. And that's what happened on this day, August 30th in our history.
Thank you, Jimmy. Great job. As always, we do it once a show to reflect on the day we're actually in.
So to talk a little football, and we'll mix in a delicious candy bar, football, Snickers has teamed up with a fortune teller to see how the NFL season will pan out. So if you need a little edge on your
all right.
If you need a little edge on your fantasy football league this year, Snickers is here to help you. So they are the official chocolate sponsor of the NFL, and they announced that it's giving their fans what they call a satisfying glimpse into the future with Satis Fortunes. So it's guide to predicting your favorite team's fortune with the help of, her name is Jennifer Billock, I believe, who is, they say, one of the coolest people on the planet, with a bio that reads writer, author, eclectic witch, and fortune teller.
I like electric
better, right?
Yeah,
eclectic.
Yeah.
They said, building on our continued partnership with the NFL for more than 20 years, Snickers Satis Fortune is a playful way for our consumers and NFL fans to get in the action this season. They were talking about this as we hope that the fun and wonder of making some season predictions paired with the deliciousness of Snickers brings a little extra satisfaction to fans through touchdowns and fumbles of the season ahead. So they said this is how it works. The fortune teller, Billox, says she deciphered the unique traits of Snickers bites to see into the future of the upcoming season, but not just any bite. The brand and Billock partnered with a representative from 21 NFL teams, including mascots, who each took a bite of a Snickers bar. Those bites were then read by Billock to create the Satis Fortunes and unveil each team's destiny. Ooh. So she got a rep from the teams and the mascot, had them each take a bite, and then she read those little bites, those little sticker bites. So she said fans can now get their hands on one of the limited edition Satis Fortune kits, which contains 5 limited edition Team Snickers bars, along with Satis Fortune based on the team bites, those are the fortunes, and what they call a Chocomancer curated bite, guided to say they can take their own bite and get a glimpse into their future, is what it says. So the kits are available for purchase with proceeds going to the NFL Foundation. Team kits up for grabs includes Falcons, Bills, Bears, Bengals, Cowboys, Lions, on and on. Miami Dolphins, of course, is there. So if you want to look into that, get your favorite team kit. Because they're probably, I don't even know, they may be sold out now. You don't know how long they're going to last. And, I mean, man, how awesome would that be if whatever these fortune was ended up working out in your favor?
It's crazy.
Right?
That'd be pretty wild.
Yeah, but it's just Snickers.com.
Now, you said it was only 21 teams,
yes.
right? So 11 teams aren't in it?
Yes.
Like the Cardinals, because they're not going to win.
That's what they told me.
Hey, the Cardinals
club. They go, you guys suck.
There goes our Arizona base.
The Cardinals aren't in it. But we got I mentioned a few. We got Falcons, Bills, Bears, Bengals, Cowboys, Lions, Texans, Colts, Jacksonville Jags, Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, Dolphins, Vikings, Patriots, Saints, Giants, Eagles, Steelers, 49ers, and Titans.
All right, so
Yep.
Patriots aren't going to make it either.
Snickers.
Have it, Pats fans.
Snickers.com if you want to get your satisfaction.
Wow. If your name wasn't there, that's pretty bad.
That is fun, though.
Yeah, it's good.
Fun little thing.
Yeah, you never know. Jimmy, I know we talked about this many times about the 4-day work week, but actually it's going to be, people are going to say, like, what day do you want off?
Well, we've asked it, right? We've asked if you this particular question was asked to other people. And I think the last time that we talked about a quote-unquote 4-day work week change, if it was ever to happen in the United States, what would we rather have? Would we rather have Friday off or would we rather have Monday off, right? Because we assume that we would like to make a long weekend. Well, that same poll question was asked, and apparently there's some other ideas too, and you know what? It's not terrible. Now, 47% of people said that they would rather have Friday off, and 27% said Monday. So that is the norm or what we kind of went with. But 21% would pick Wednesday to give themselves a break in the middle. And if you think about it, 2 days, break, 2 days, 2-day break. You know?
Okay.
It's not a terrible idea, you know, and I didn't give that any thought. I know that when we talked about it, and only 2% would pick Thursdays, which would definitely nix any work getting done on Friday. That's for sure, huh?
Yeah.
So it was just a different twist on that type of a question that I hadn't I didn't think about too. But you know what? That probably wouldn't be a bad idea. You want to talk about breaking up the work week? You only work 2 days, then boom, you got a day off.
Then two more days off.
Yep, something like that is pretty neat idea. What do you think about that idea? 47142 is the text line. Start off the text with Real Radio.
That's not a bad idea at all. I think people would be very energized. Go 2 days, take off a day. Go 2 days, have 2 days.
I wonder how often they do that. Like in some of these other countries we hear about that do it often, whether or not if people have that option, right? I mean, obviously it depends on what you do, your company, and how they operate, and whether or not they could do do a schedule that way for some people, right? I mean, that would obviously matter. But if that was an option, I wonder how different that would be versus having a 3-day weekend.
And I am curious, the countries that do adapt that 4-day work week, I'm curious if they're all set to the same day, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I'm curious
Like
how that
Fridays
works.
or Monday.
Yeah, like if everybody has to be off on those days.
I don't know. I don't know if everybody would. Maybe in certain countries.
Or it's just up to the company. I don't know. I'm curious. If you know the answer, let us know. 47142.
I think it depends. I don't think there's there's just one answer. I don't think it's going to be Fridays for every country that does that type of thing. And I think a lot of times, too, we're seeing the difference between whether that 4-day work week is 4/10s, where you're still working 40 hours, where I do believe a bunch of those countries that we hear about are actually just eliminating a day and going to a 32-hour work week.
Got it.
I don't know. You just, you read here, you read there, and we get bits and pieces. And, so oftentimes when we put this type of a quote-unquote poll out there, it depends on how you want to look at it.
Oh, it's interesting. Like I said, people always talk about a 4-day work week. You would think right away it would go to a Monday or Friday, but in the middle of the week, that is nice. It would be something you'd always look forward to. I mean, if your job really sucks, you go, I only got 2 days, and then I'm on vacation. And I got 2 more days, and then I'm on vacation again. So it's pretty good. It is the Penthouse on a Friday, getting ready for Labor Day weekend. A lot of people did take this day. If you were driving up 95 today, going north from south from north, it sucked. So if you're getting to work late.
Yeah, there was a big accident heading northbound starting around Forest Hill on the way up, and they said it was 10-mile long traffic, and it probably just kept on adding up. And unfortunately, there's a fatality, but it was bad.
Took me 2.5 hours.
North Lake, I think you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Blue Heron.
Or Blue Heron.
I saw that it started just north of Forest Hill and just kept on extending. From what I read, it was over 10 miles. So.
It was crazy.
I know. I live off North Lake, and it was already,
I mean, when I left my house, I checked. It said moderate traffic, 39 minutes. And then when I got on there, it just was stopping. You weren't getting off. And if you did try to get off, you were sitting in traffic on all the side streets. It does happen. You got to be patient when it happens.
Especially this week and all the time, but there's going to be a lot of people hitting the road. In fact, they say between 2 and 6 today is going to be the busiest time. So, yay.
Just be careful.
Be careful. But that's the normal. You throw this in, and that's even worse.
A lot of people get half days today or took the day off. So
JR and I heard today.
Yeah, so that's definitely the most popular times to drive. But yeah, just be careful out there. That's it.
Yeah, don't go crazy. Don't be a knuckle in the head. We had a winner yesterday on the Vegas trip. So winners do happen on Real Radio. You could be the next one. They're going out to Vegas, hotel and airfare, enjoying a fantastic show, and $1,000. That is tremendous. I mean, who doesn't want $1,000 and go to Vegas? And if you don't have somebody to go, give us a call. We'd love to come with you. We'd be your +1.
We had a little college football, a little taste of it last night. We got some more coming up. And when I think college football, we got it right here on Real Radio with the Florida Gators. But something that came out of the Florida Gators or the University of Florida was, of course, Gatorade. And that is part of a new drink cocktail that's coming out. And I'm curious whether or not this would be something that maybe Franny would like. Greet doesn't drink, and I'm not a wine drinker, and that's what it is. This is a combination of somebody to put together Gatorade and red wine, and they're calling it Gator wine. It's actually a trend that's going around right now. And did you read this?
I did.
Okay.
And I'm going to say no.
No? Not something that you would like?
I just don't ruin my wine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
And there you go. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that really are wine drinkers that would might say that, and that doesn't surprise me. But I wonder if, would you even try it?
Yeah, I'm down to try anything, but to me, it kind of WT's my wine.
Okay, well, and there you go. But this combination is Gator wine is equal parts cheap red wine, and I like how they specifically put that in there, and it has to be less than $12 a bottle.
I get it, because you don't want to
this.
ruin a nice glass, a nice bottle of wine with Gatorade.
Okay, then I guess that makes sense.
I mean, you're masking a flavor, I'm sure, and that's why they're mixing it with Gatorade.
Okay, well, that makes sense. And, of course, Gatorade. Now, connoisseurs note that it has to be the light blue Glacier Freeze Gatorade. All right, so that one specifically. It can't be the green one, the orange one, the red one. Apparently, it has to be that one, which is, I guess, blue colored, which the company reportedly describes as having berry and citrus notes. Andrew Ray, who is apparently a big-time YouTube cooking influencer, described it this way, comparing it to sangria, believe it or not. If I'm being honest, I'd rather drink this than Barefoot or Yellowtail. And his quote continuing, in a very disgusting, perverse way, I like it. Although it was served to him in a chilled glass, he suggests it might work on the rocks, and as he repeatedly uses it as a palate cleanser for other less successful entries. He raises it from a score of 6 to 7. So apparently he thinks it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's being sponsored by Gatorade.
I'm sure he is. It's great. I love it.
Now that it's been broadcast on his million viewers, all of a sudden, boom, it's a big trend out there. So I don't know. There you go. Maybe that's something you want to get for this weekend and give that a shot. Equal parts Gatorade and cheap red wine, and specifically the Glacier Freeze Gatorade. Something that goes around. It's just amazing what social media can do. I mean, something like this, a guy like that has got 1 million followers on his YouTube channel, and boom, they see it, and all of a sudden it's a trend.
Just like that.
I mean, it may taste good. You never know. I don't mind a sangria. My husband actually loves sangria, and sangria is basically, you can do red or white wine, but it's typically that. There's other ingredients in it. Some people put liqueurs in it, whether it be like an orange liqueur. Some people make it even boozier and will put like a vodka in it with the red wine, and then it's a bunch of fruit.
Yeah. Like some people put peaches in it, right? I've seen that a couple times.
Yeah.
Does the berry and citrus notes, quote unquote, with the Glacier Freeze and does that kind of give you that same sangria thought when you think that?
Well,
like when you see that,
berry
right?
and citrus, yeah, because some people put orange juice in their sangrias too. So, I mean, I would try it. I don't know if it's something that you're going to catch me drinking all the time, but especially it sounds, for college kids, sounds very inexpensive. Getting the cheap wine and some Gatorade.
Sure.
I can see that happening over at UF,
That's the
where Gatorade was made, right?
That's actually the Gatorade that I do drink once in a while. So it sounds different, but you never know. It could pick up and be a trend.
Yep.
Florida Panthers won the Stanley Cup, and they are enjoying themselves, but they had a new logo going on their center ice. This is a story that was all over the place the last couple of days. And one of their employees took a picture of it and put it on social media.
Whoopsies. Yep, he leaked it. And it's pretty sharp looking if you haven't seen it yet. And so they were excited to show everybody their design. And unfortunately, they were the second ones to do so. And I'm talking about the Florida Panthers.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
The question is, do you think this person should have been fired or suspended? He was fired. Or the person was fired. I don't want to say male or female. It's a pretty big story. I mean, obviously, everybody's talking about with the Panthers. And like I said, it's a new logo that they wanted to unveil to everybody. And I guess they nailed the person with cameras, from what I read, and somebody that I know who has something to do with the team. And I don't know if the person really thought he was doing anything bad.
Well, the guy just took a picture, right?
Yeah.
He's the one that got fired. There's a dude who does a podcast, David Rodriguez. He does the FLA Cats hockey podcast. And he was the one to share the picture first. And he put this real question mark with the picture of the logo on the ice. And that was a whoopsies. But they said, however, Rodriguez, the guy who does a podcast, wasn't actually the one who took the photo. So he's fine. The same can't be said for the person who did take the picture, though. And according to Andy Slater, Fox Sports 640, they said that the photo was taken and shared by a Panthers employee, a former Panthers employee.
What do you guys think? They should have been fired or suspended?
Well, if he knowingly took the picture
and
shared it, knowing that it wasn't supposed to, then yeah, I don't blame him for being fired.
But I do think that some people, social media, a majority of hockey fans on social media thought the firing was a bit harsh.
Yeah, that does seem a little bit harsh.
I think so. I mean, the guy took a
Suspend
picture.
them.
Yeah, suspend them.
Some sort of discipline. I
2
can
weeks.
see that.
That's what everybody said. They're like, it's just a hockey rink, dude. Like, chill out, Panthers, is some of the comments. Or, I mean, maybe if their playbook. But they're like a picture of what's on the center ice. Yeah, a lot of people were thinking it was a bit harsh of them to fire him.
It is a big story. People are talking about it. I mean, I think it's a little harsh. Maybe make him, like I said, suspend him 2 weeks. Make him clean the Zamboni with his tongue, something. But to fire the person, that's pretty brutal.
And it doesn't look that much different the logo itself doesn't look very different other than the
inside.
like the sun rays or whatever that, I think that's what that's supposed to be, right?
Yes.
Well, that doesn't translate well on radio, so I'll stop there. But the point being is it's not a lot different. I mean, it's not like it's a completely new logo and they redesigned the whole thing based around the championship, or at least not from what I can tell. Anyway.
Yeah.
The only
They
way...
say for the first time in franchise history, the circle is filled with red, and the sun's looking a little different in South Florida, according to the description. The shield is placed over the sun's rays, inspired by the embossed pattern of the Stanley Cup.
Now, the only way I would say is if an email went out and said, we just did this. We're planning to show it to the fans and everybody publicly on such a date, then that's different, because then they're told you can't do it. You can't show it.
And it just says that he's an employee of the Panthers.
Yeah.
So we don't know what he does. I mean, does he do like their social media, or publicity? Or
who knows? Well, maybe they didn't say his
something
job.
along those lines. And again, if that's the case,
he could work in a ticket department.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess whatever it was, they were not happy about it, obviously.
I can see that side, though, where it does seem a bit harsh.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit harsh. Maybe suspend him, like I said. But, man, they don't play around. And he is gone. And that did make a lot of news around the area. 877-927-6969. Be careful when you're doing stuff with your job. You got to always worry about that. Because, how you're thinking something might not be anything. I bet you this kid didn't think anything either, or this person. It's probably like, I'll throw this out there. Probably when he got the call, he was probably like, I'm getting fired for what? So just be careful, because everybody needs their job and has to pay their bills. Franny, we got some Florida stories. What is in the ice net?
Well, in the ice net, we got some crazy stuff going on, including somebody who staged a fall at a grocery store in order to cash in. Then a Florida mayor arrested on DUI. But the details, that's what's in the story. You got to see that because she did a little creeping.
Oh.
Yes. Besides the DUI, she was doing a little creeping. And then on top of that, we have a Florida doctor busted for some very bizarre urine antics. Yes, I said urine antics. I have those details coming your way, and you're with the Florida on Real Radio 92.1.
When the smart speaker you gave your parents eventually becomes yours, tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to give you $1,000 and send you to Vegas, baby. We're giving you a round-trip airfare to Las Vegas, a 2-night hotel stay, and we'll give you 2 tickets to both nights of our iHeartRadio Music Festival. And oh yeah, $1,000 too. Listen for the keywords to text every weekday at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5 p.m. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
A multi-vehicle crash that's been blocking the northbound lanes of I-95 at Blue Heron Boulevard since early this morning has just moved to the right shoulder. Traffic finally beginning to move freely past that scene. Keep in mind, Lawrence Road is still shut down due to construction, Hyperluxo Road to Lantana Road. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
Hurricane season is here. Is your home ready to handle strong winds and heavy rain? Don't stress. Expert Shutter Services is here to help. The largest storm shutter manufacturers on the Treasure Coast, Expert Shutter Services offers top-notch protection with Cat 5 rated Ultra Shield hurricane screens and Nautilus rolling shutters. Call Expert Shutter Services now for a free in-home consult at 772-871-1915. That's 772-871-1915. Expert Shutter Services. We're taking the shutter industry by storm.
Are you ready for some football? Join us at your favorite Duffy's Sports Grill on September 8th for the ultimate tailgate party to kick off the season and score big with games, giveaways, and fantastic new football features, including homemade fried pickles, gridiron nachos, pigskins 2 ways, and more, all paired with Duffy's 2-for-1 drinks. With over 80 TVs at every location, you'll never miss a minute of the action. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. And remember,
at Duffy's, our game is always on.
Should I be supporting my brain health?
There's a way to support your overall brain health, including memory, and it's called Nariva. Nariva Brain Health supplements have clinically tested ingredients that can support up to 7 indicators of brain health, including memory. Look for Nariva at Walmart today and feel the difference. Also try Nariva Ultra with clinically tested cognitive and feel mentally alert. Available at Walmart. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Ends Labor Day. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
As fall approaches, you have a lot to prepare for. Back to school, sporting events, family gatherings, and staying on top of your health. The virus that causes COVID-19 continues to evolve. So this fall, no matter what you're prepping for, you can prioritize your family's health and make a game plan for COVID-19 vaccination. Ask your doctor or pharmacist to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy as we move through the remainder of our Friday morning. Some scattered showers and isolated storms are going to continue to come on shore for us as well. Winds out of the east around 10 miles per hour. Temperatures are headed up into the 80s now with our highs back in the upper 80s for the afternoon. Feeling a little bit warmer too. Chance of storms will continue through the afternoon and evening.
This report is sponsored by True Green. If you want a great-looking lawn next spring, now is the perfect time to get started, and nobody makes it easier or more affordable to get a green, healthy lawn than True Green. Sign up today for an annual plan and get 50% off one application. Visit TrueGreen.com today. Restrictions apply.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
You been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. You're listening to The Penthouse Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Welcome back into the Penthouse on a Friday before Labor Day. We got a lot going on today, including later on the show. I'm going to let you know what to do. I always say if you have any suggestions or any events going on, 47142 started off with Real Radio. You can let me know, as somebody did already, and I added it to my lineup. Plus, at 12:45, we're going to be giving away a pair of tickets to go see Korn, so make sure you're tuned in. This is Franny. Good morning. Good morning to you, Jimmy.
Hello, and good morning.
And good morning to Greet.
Good morning, Francis. Back over to you, and you take the puck and score with some Florida stories.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Well, I think this woman thought she was really going to get away with it. A Belgrade woman has been accused of intentionally falling at a Winn-Dixie for some insurance money. Said Laverne Williams, 70 years old, had allegedly slipped and fell on a dark liquid on the floor of a Winn-Dixie. It said it resulted in her being transported by EMS to the Lakeside Medical Center for her injuries. Well, the Florida Department of Financial Services, the report states that Spencer Morgan Law Firm sent a letter to Winn-Dixie regarding the injuries of Williams had sustained from her fall. The letter claimed the store should have known about the liquid on the floor. So, of course, Winn-Dixie's not just going to fold and be like, oh, okay, here you go. They hired themselves a special investigator to investigate her claim. The investigator found video footage that the spill was coming from underneath the shelves. The footage is reported to show Williams walking down the aisle with the man when she stops and looks at the floor. At that point, she allegedly reaches for a bottle on the top of the shelf and appears to unscrew the cap from the bottle, spilling the liquid on the floor.
Not good.
There's cameras everywhere, lady, including grocery stores. This is how she got busted. Ultimately, it says shows her looking down and moving her right foot forward, intentionally causing her to fall to the ground. She's like, a little slippy on the liquid that she spilled on the floor. Yep. Officials stated that the man with Williams attempted to pick her up and failed, and then he went to go get help. While the man was getting help, Williams is shown scooting towards the spill and moving her foot around the spill to make it even look messier.
Oh, my God. They got her locked back in Sarah.
Yes, they said in a conversation with investigators, Williams stated that when she slipped, she scooted into the liquid to see what it was. Because they were like, why'd you scoot in there? We saw when you slipped. And that she did not unscrew the water bottle. It was already open. So she claimed that she had burned her finger that morning and would be unable to open a bottle. There's no way she could do so. Well, further investigation with a private investigator found that, she had before submitted a claim for liability against a Walmart for an alleged slip and fall. So this is her MO. Yeah, they
I wonder
said
if she got money out
that
of that.
case didn't go through either. Yeah, They said it was eventually dropped.
Very
and guess
interesting.
what? This one too. But now she's being accused of insurance fraud. So
That's she might be looking at some jail time.
big trouble. And then another person getting some jail time is the mayor of Naples.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Naples, such a beautiful place.
It is.
It's gorgeous over there.
It's very peaceful, but she's not peaceful. So it looks like Naples Police Department around 9:51 p.m. this past Wednesday responded to a call from a resident. The man told dispatch he and his wife had been followed for a while to their home by an unknown woman driving a silver vehicle. They said outside their home, the woman stopped her vehicle on the grass. The caller told police that there was a brief exchange of words and that the woman claimed to be the mayor and appeared to be very intoxicated. So when cops arrived, police confirmed that, yes, in fact, this is the mayor of Naples. Her name is 61-year-old Therese Heitman. She agreed to complete the field sobriety test. Officers said that there was probable cause to arrest her for driving under the influence of an intoxicating substance. So they said that she was taken to the jail where she did take some breath samples. Her blood alcohol content level was 0.169 and 0.155, both significantly over that 0.08 limit.
Yeah. Double.
Yeah, so now she faces one count of driving under the influence, and she was released on bond. But I need more. I want to know why she was following this couple home. The police department also wanted to clear speculation that there was a minor in the vehicle with Heitman, though untrue. I guess they were told by the person that called in. They said that she was the only person inside the vehicle, just so you know.
But that was confirmed by police.
Yes.
Okay.
But why did she follow this couple home?
What's the stalking
There's
part
no
of this?
details there. Because they're the ones who called the cops. They're like, hey, this lady's been following me. Now she's in my grass. And that's it. They only gave us the details about her arrest and the DUI. Huh. Do you think she was having sex with a husband?
What's the deal with that?
I don't know. We could create these stories.
Here comes another yard sale.
Yeah. Only it's in Naples. It better be good for us to drive over there.
I need to know, why did she follow this couple home? Because it's this detail you give us in the beginning, and then it's like, oh, and then who cares about that?
Yeah, what a
But she's a-
tease.
It is.
But she's a politician. You know they're very honest. I don't think she was doing anything wrong.
She was driving under the influence. That was her.
Yeah, that was my sarcasm.
And then this is a very weird story. Okay, so there's a 59-year-old doctor who's an internist, and he sold his Florida medical practice back in 2022 to a fellow doctor. All right, so in recent months, this doctor, Dr. Giovanni Balla.
Oh, must be nice on his American Express card. Dr. Giovanni.
Became upset.
Betty's here with the ladies.
Became upset over the business with the purchaser, Dr. Dylan Dinesh, who now runs, he's 32 years old, young dude who runs affiliated health clinics out of his former office, his Balla's former office in St. Petersburg. So, court records do not reveal the nature of the dispute between the businesses, but the business was sold off to this 32-year-old doctor, right? So investigators allege that Dr. Balla Giovanni would go over to Dinesh's office and soaked the front doors in gallons of fluid, which had the odor of urine.
Oh.
On August 17th, Balla allegedly returned, that was July 30th, August 17th, returned back to the property again and unleashed once again a cascade of rank-smelling liquid that smelled like urine. On both occasions, cops said that Balla and his vehicle were recorded by surveillance cameras.
Of course.
The urine-smelling...
Camera everywhere.
Yeah.
People still do this stuff.
The urine-smelling liquid soaked into the front wooden doors, causing, they're saying, like, so much damage that the doors was going to cost $1,500 to replace.
Right.
They said that the medical practice also suffered $6,000 in other losses related to the urine attacks. Dr. Balla was arrested and charged with felony count of criminal mischief. He was released from custody, but they say that his medical license, which expires this coming January, is still active. Lists him as primary practice address at his $1.7 million waterfront home in Gulfport. And so he still can, but because of this, I think they may take away his medical license, so he may not have it until January. But crazy, they said
but a story was without the detail, like why he did it. There's no...
No, they said did not reveal the nature of the business dispute, but something I mean, he sold his practice over. The guy bought it. He took it into... I don't know. Maybe he
didn't want to sell.
But
maybe he was forced to.
This says he sold it to a fellow doctor in 2022, and so it's been a couple years. And then just a couple weeks ago, he started pouring pee all over the front doors.
Well, he sounds like he was mad about something.
Well, obviously. There's something there.
Unless that's a good way to start a new business. Good luck.
Yeah.
I'm going to pee on your door.
2 years later.
2 years later. Weird. Yeah. So, a lot of these stories that are crazy, but we need more details.
Really?
Right? And that is You're With the Florida.
Kill me, Pete.
Fill in the blanks, people. That's what you can do. 877-927-6969. We had a story about a Panthers employee who took a picture of the center ice, a new logo, and he was fired. Do you think that was too harsh? Do you have an opinion on it? Do you think maybe suspension? We kicked it around a little, all of us. And if there was an email that went out, maybe a suspension would have been better for the person. To lose a job in any capacity sucks. Call us or text us or email Jimmy at realradio921.com.
I got a couple of texts. 47142 started off with Real Radio. Says, like Greek says, it's difficult to compare the U.S. to any other country. Number one, we are massive in comparison to most countries, not only by population but sheer size. The U.S. will always be a 24-hour a day working country. It's in our nature as Americans. We are workaholics. And then with the Gator wine, that's where you mix Gatorade and wine. It's a new social media trend. It says traditional yellow Gatorade and Modelo equal parts is delicious when it's hot out. I can only drink one or two, but it's very tasty. Lots of videos on it. I'm an electrician, so I call it Electrico. I love it.
You should patent that.
Electrolytes and Mexican beer. An electrician, Electrico. For a woman, it would be Electrica. All right. I like Modelo. I like Modelo. I've been doing the Modelo Oro lately, which is the lightest light. Like I think it's only 90 calories. It comes in a can. Pretty delicious. But
I like Modelo.
Modelo is good. Modelo, yep. Especial. I even like the Negro Modelo, too, the dark one. They said, Franny, talking about social media influence, do you remember when the Love Docs started talking about Wiggles Pickles?
Mhm.
They said Publix couldn't keep them on the shelves. And you are right. Anything they talked about, though, the Love Doctors just had that much pull and power. When they talked about the new Oreo flavors or whatever it
That was another
was, the
one, yep.
Biscoff. I mean,
the birthday Oreo
Yes,
flavor. I remember
yes.
that one specifically when they started talking about that one. And
Yeah.
again, the same result.
Yep,
Flew off the shelves.
The Love Doctors were one of the OG influencers, and it was without social media.
Yeah.
All the time. It is the Penthouse on a Friday, so it is 15 after the hour, so it is time for another Greek misspeak.
all right, here we go.
Spin the wheel.
All right, let me get the wheel back out. All right, and all right, Greek, you gonna do a spin on this one?
I'm ready to go.
All right, here we go, and let it rip. Oh, number 146. Here we go, kids. Have fun.
This is your Greek misspeak.
Well, you asked us a question. We want to be able to back up our question. It might have even been in there. It might have been like, hey, I'll drop my album here and do the album party, but I got to be able to stay here for a month or so.
Why not? Sue everybody.
We're not saying anything. We're not giving anything. We're not giving any bullprint material.
Excuse me, what?
Again, highly recommended. It was on ESPN. Rashad show. National Ice Cream Day on Sunday. Make sure you get out licking quick. Maybe get your rent paid by your philosophy on your licking style. It seems like he's not really pulling his end. My big thing is that I want to see the car. You know what I mean? A lot of this stuff, you're just looking at the car. And for whatever reason, I'm getting a little stuck on I want to see the car.
It's time to ask, what's the difference?
It's time to ask.
I want to see the car. I don't want to look at the car. I want to see
What's the
it.
difference?
877.
Is that the one in Jupiter Farms? Is that car?
Oh, no, Thunderbird. You missed earlier this morning. There was a man who was cheating on his wife, and she's got a big yard sale tomorrow in Jupiter. And everything must go, including him.
I think he's already gone, to be honest with you.
She's selling his tools, his car, a lot of
It
memorabilia.
sounds like the whole house is going, to be honest with you. I mean, just from everything she has on there, from furniture, appliances, all the kid stuff.
You never know. Maybe tonight they work it out.
Hey, you never know.
Time to clean out and start over.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good for this gentleman. But it's going to go on tomorrow in Jupiter, so pay attention. You might get something you really want.
I hope we find out how much that car goes for.
Oh,
that's all. I don't care about the rest of it.
Yeah, it's got to go for a pretty penny. I mean, it really does. Or maybe she'll just be spiteful and say, I sold it for $1. I don't care.
Oh, there is that too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we've heard about that before.
Yeah, then you really want to piss somebody off. Bad enough selling it.
I mean, I'm looking, and as of now, she already has 365 people who are interested or responded to going to her yard sale. So.
It's going to be badass.
It is.
We might have to go
Good
tonight.
thing she's on 2.5 acres of land, right? She's got lots of space for people to sprawl out on.
Jimmy, you might have to go tonight.
And you know her direct messages are getting blown up. Oh, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. Guaranteed, yeah.
Yep.
Especially now. The power of radio.
It is Labor Day, and like every other holiday in our country, it's a big sale. You can get sales on everything. Grills, TVs. I got a TV yesterday, 60-inch, $212.
Oh, 60-inch, huh?
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, that was a huge deal. So they're out there this weekend, the big box stores, places, so take advantage
When
of
I saw your text message that you sent us about what we were going to talk about, I was like, holy moly. I was like, where do you even put something like that? Because you put 226-inch TV on the text. And I
Couple
was
inches
like,
off.
And it was like 226 inches. There it is. It is. On her text, I was like, that's huge.
Wow. I didn't know they made them that big yet. What was it? One I didn't see 109 inches.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was pretty
Blows that
big.
away.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was pretty big.
Got a wall big enough for that, Greek?
I was like,
Thank God my friends always help me, and one of my buddies met me so I could get it, because I couldn't get it in my car, even 65 inches. But yeah, great weekend to save some money. I felt like I was robbing it, to be honest with you. 877-927-6969. You could also text us at Real Radio 47142. Do you think the Panther employee that we spoke about should have been fired or maybe just suspended? I sort of think maybe suspended, unless there was an email that went out to everybody who worked there and said, do not show this to anybody.
So we have a request for a misspeak and a couple texts. I'll tell you the number and then I'll get through the text messages. Jimmy, to get it ready, 120. So at 47142, few texts that came in here. We said days off. As a letter carrier, we have rotating days off. 1 week, Monday, the next Tuesday. It says, I live when I have Wednesdays and Thursdays off. Work 2, get a day off, and then work 3 and a day off. It's great. Sure. So they love it when the Wednesdays and Thursdays here. And then we have Real Radio. The reason the guy that reluctantly sold his business got back by pouring buckets of pee on the front door. He said, it's not urine, it's mine. What? It's not your... There was a joke that I wasn't there for.
That you weren't there for?
He said, it's not urine, it's mine.
It's mine. Oh.
It's not your... Sorry, that didn't hit.
All right.
It may have just been my delivery. You can call in and say it better than I can. Yeah, if you want. It was my delivery. I'm not going to blame it on you. And this is Happy Friday, Franny. Could we hear Misspeak 120 in honor of Greek and the start of football? Have a great holiday weekend, all. Casey and North Palm.
All right, Casey, here you go. Misspeak number 120.
This is your Greek Misspeak.
Wednesday, the 23rd. You are correct.
Well, it's not about being correct. It's just being right.
I'm in love with you, Greek.
You guys can hold out. We'll be back before you know it. It's a blink of an eye or a bar of a shot.
I love you, Greek.
You're going to the boat show. Your boat has come in. Haul anchor.
I love you, Greek.
Or I bet to 7 a lot of times because of Frank Sinatra.
All right.
That was his favorite color.
I love you, Greek.
Where's this at?
It's in Melbourne.
Oh, it does in Florida.
I love you, Greek.
And you know what? One mouse opens, the next thing you know, you got an extra piece of cheese.
Hi, Greek. I love you.
And I never really knew that about you until I found out about you.
I love Greek. I can work with Greek.
All of them are over $150, by the way.
Nice and icy.
I love you, Greek.
I think he was over 100. Over 100? Between 85 and 103. Over 100.
I love you, Greek.
I'm kidding. You're doing a great job today.
Thank you.
You got a Perry in the eye. Let me tell you.
I love you, Greek.
If I give you 100, there's a 1 on top. It's bad luck. It's like schmalluck. You know, you don't want schmalluck on you.
I love you, Greek.
You don't want schmalluck on you.
Nobody wants to schmalluck on you. Somebody texted.
Especially not in your eye.
And they did something similar to the woman in Jupiter.
Uh-oh.
The cheating yard sale. When my wife left in 2006, I had a garage sale and I had a sign that said everything of hers must go. It was the best garage sale I ever had. So a lot of people doing this. 47142. So Greek will drop handfuls of cash for strippers and hookers, but he cheaps out on purchases of $200 on a TV.
Hey, good deal's a good deal.
Right?
Damn it.
I mean, I went there. I was looking for a TV. When I saw that, I was like, for $200. I mean, you know, and that also with the strippers and hookers, I'm helping the economy. And I'm helping the economy, too. I'm spending money in their country. 877-937-6966.
In their country?
In their country. Not in ours.
Interesting.
Oh, my God. So Ellen performed at Radio City Music Hall, and she's still angry about being canceled. She had a couple interviews. It's all over the place. And she said she's done. She said this before. She's done with Hollywood. She's still very mad that she got canceled. And this article said at one time, and I never realized this, she was like the most hated person in America, which I don't ever remember it like that. But
really?
Yeah,
Who said that?
It was in the article. She said because of all this, she went into a little bit like of a tailspin and lost her whole sense of humor. But she is doing this last tour, and she's on location. I mean, you know, doing shows throughout the country. She was just at Radio City Music Hall. But she said she's going to retire from the whole Hollywood and the entertainment business. Do you think she'll ever come back? I think she will.
She's doing stand-up?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
She's
like,
still got it around? Because
Yeah.
I remember we were talking about that before where, you know, and apparently she was just going to go away.
Yeah, that's
right,
what she
that's
said.
it. I'm going away. I'm done with showbiz. I'm going to go live the rest of my life. I guess, in essence, retire, for lack of a better word. But I don't know. I don't know. A couple of years, maybe she gets over it. She comes back, does something.
She just sold her big mansion in L.A., and she made a ton of money on it, like $24 million profit.
I mean, she doesn't need to, clearly.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, they have plenty of money. But I don't know. I think she even said that she was going to turn down if they ever brought up another, what is it, Finding Nemo or some sort of, you know, she wouldn't come back and play Dory again.
Yeah, they said that in the article, too. She said she's done with everything. And she's very hurt. She's very mad. Angry about what happened, how it was portrayed of her, and obviously her show, and how quick from grace she felt. I mean, because it seemed like 3 months, boom, she was up here, and the next thing you know, and she was somebody that, you know, seemed like everybody loved her. I mean, just like maybe like the same effect now Snoop Dogg has. Like everybody's just, can't get enough of her, but she said she is done and she's going to retire. Now, I don't know who she's really going to spite. They said the people at Netflix are very happy with her and offered her more opportunities, but she doesn't want to do that. She's just going to hang out and she's going to just drift into the night. But I guess the whole thing with the show really rocked her world. And she said, like I said earlier, she lost her whole sense of humor. Which sucks because we all go through ups and downs.
It was a big deal when it came out. I remember that, and we read it, and read about it, and we talked about it here on the show for quite a bit. That one day, or even maybe a day after that, or so. But it just kind of felt like it went away. I wouldn't have taken it for her to take it such hard. But we're not there. We're not in the industry. We don't hear the rumors that went around Hollywood or anywhere else. In the TV land, as the kids call it. I mean, I don't know what other backlash she got from it on that side of it. We only saw whatever came out there.
Of course, embarrassment.
And it was bad, obviously. I mean, it's what a toxic work environment.
Well,
is,
especially
if
she feels it to not be true, which it seems like that's what she keeps on fighting. And not just that. I mean, it did. It ruined her career. Because that's what she was known as. Everybody looked at her as being one of the nicest, funniest, just jovial, dancing all the time, beginning of her show. And then
everybody loved her.
And then all these things came out, and it did. It just totally, her career crumbled. And
I think if it was somebody
I don't think
else,
she could bounce back from it.
I think if it was somebody else with a different persona, it wouldn't shock people as much.
Well, because what's surprising is, like how she fell from grace so fast. But people like a Jimmy Fallon, and even during the pandemic, he had employees come out, and he had other people come out saying that it wasn't a great workplace. But somehow, some way, that just kind of got brushed under the rug. That went away real quick.
Which Jimmy Fallon did.
Yeah.
And I would have thought the same thing would have happened with Ellen. Over time. I mean, I don't, it didn't have a lasting effect with me. But.
I was surprised how quick her ratings just took a huge dive. And that's why they took her off. Because at the end of the day, if her ratings didn't drop, they wouldn't care. Just like they said with Pamela Anderson with Baywatch.
Well, that was her decision, right?
No. What, with their show?
With Ellen, yeah. I thought she said, that's it. I'm going to, whatever, finish out that year, and that was done.
I thought she just did it because she was just over it, and she just wanted to be done with her show, and also because of all the...
From what I remember, her ratings dropped throughout the country.
I'm sure they dropped.
I just thought it was her decision to quit.
Well, she always says, Hollywood kicked me out. I'm out of Hollywood because of what happened. So I thought that it was her ratings so bad, and they just said, hey, we're done. But who knows? Either way... but she says she's done and she's not going to come back. I think in a couple of years, like you said, Jimmy, I think she will come back.
I think she could if she wanted to.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, to me, it's probably blown over enough already to where if she wanted to, she could. But again, I'm not in Hollywood. I don't know what the take is on it with her out there. I mean, I don't hold anything against her on it. And of course, I wasn't in the work environment that allegedly it was that bad. So it's easy for me to say, but I don't know. We see, again, Jimmy Fallon, a lot of other people that have had that bad reputation, and they come back.
Yeah, I also think the more you talk about it, the worse it is. So I think if she didn't even talk about it or they asked her, she just went away because that was the head of the article. You know what I mean? You're bringing it back up.
She does this. She finishes out this tour that she's doing, and 5 years down the road, if she wants to come back, I'm sure she could.
Yep.
It's just
an
opinion.
Yeah,
it's only an opinion.
It is the Penthouse, and it is a Friday Labor Day weekend, so get ready. We're going to come back with a trifecta. And also, after that, Franny's going to tell you some things you could possibly do this weekend. We'll be back. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
When C-Lane said aneurysm, I've seen a couple of videos
of people having aneurysms?
Yeah. There was one where, I'll try to see if I can find this. He was just like walking into the lobby
of
a building.
Click favorites.
Mm-hmm.
The News Junkie, weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
A multi-vehicle crash that's been blocking the northbound lanes of I-95 at Blue Heron Boulevard since early this morning has just moved to the right shoulder. Traffic finally beginning to move freely past that scene. Keep in mind, Lawrence Road is still shut down due to construction, Hypaluxo Road to Lantana Road. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hurst.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Healthcare.
Sharp stomach pain? Advice is here. Consult a nurse. Answers, advice around the clock. Consult a nurse. HCA Florida Healthcare. We show up for you. Call 844-70-NURSE. It's free.
It's a holiday weekend. Are you getting ready? Well, that's what your retirement should be. A big holiday for you to enjoy, kick back, and relax. And Trajan Wealth can help you do that. Call them today at 561-390-1000. 561-390-1000. Offices in West Palm Beach. Their guys are there right now waiting for you and your questions to help you enjoy your retirement and for it to feel like a holiday for you. Trajan Wealth wants to help you with your goals and your plan to make your retirement feel like a holiday. And Trajan Wealth also wants to offer a happy Labor Day to everyone. Trajan Wealth, call them today, 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000. Pays. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life. In office, West Palm Beach.
Attention boaters. This Labor Day weekend, be sure to watch out for marine life swimmers, paddlers, and dive flags while boating. Always have personal flotation devices readily available for everyone on board. Safe boating saves lives. This message is brought to you by the Marine Industries Association of Palm Beach County.
Are you ready for some football? Join us at your favorite Duffy's Sports Grill on September 8th for the ultimate tailgate party to kick off the season and score big with games, giveaways, and fantastic new football features, including homemade fried pickles, gridiron nachos, pigskins 2 ways, and more, all paired with Duffy's 2-for-1 drinks. With over 80 TVs at every location, you'll never miss a minute of the action. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. And remember,
at Duffy's, our game is always on.
And now, another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app?
Like on your phone?
I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month, and no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Shh.
Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. When I set out to build our firm, it was built for greatness. It was built for you. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Today, Morgan & Morgan has more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. If you or anyone in your family has been injured, call America's largest injury law firm. Call Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com. Visit ForThePeople.com for an office near you.
Kevin Sorbo here, and I have an important message to share. If you owe the IRS back taxes, they can garnish your wages and levy your bank accounts. They can even seize your retirement or take your home. Tax Network USA is A+ rated and has saved over $500 million for their clients. Whether you owe a few thousand or a few million, they can help you.
Call Tax Network USA at 800-728-2000 or visit tnusa.com. That's 800-728-2000 or visit tnusa.com.
As fall approaches, you have a lot to prepare for. Back to school, sporting events, family gatherings, and staying on top of your health. The virus that causes COVID-19 continues to evolve. So this fall, no matter what you're prepping for, you can prioritize your family's health and make a game plan for COVID-19 vaccination. Ask your doctor or pharmacist to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Ends Labor Day. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family, together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
Lowe's knows Labor Day calls for big savings. Right now, get 3 bags of premium 2 cubic foot color mulch for just $10. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 9/4 while supplies last. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
For more information about contests on this station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
Car accident? Call Smith Ball Baez and Prather at 500-HELP. Help is just a local phone call away.
Sarah Spain with iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Capital One. Indiana Fever at Chicago Sky, 7:30 Eastern tonight. It's Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese for the last time in the regular season. Number 7 versus number 8. A duel between two squads with playoff hopes. It's also the highly anticipated Barbie-themed game. The Sky partnered with Mattel. Makes sense with Angel Reese's nicknames Bayou Barbie and Chi-Town Barbie. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
With the Venture X business card from Capital One, you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/VentureXBusiness.
Between the lines, far beyond legal and ethical limits, and under the surface,
Dangerous or disruptive to the existing status quo.
Hosts Ben Bolin, Matt Frederick, and Noel Brown introduce you to the world of stuff they don't want you to know.
We've officially entered the age of biohacking.
History is riddled with unexplained events.
Is somebody messing with us?
Now, it's time for some answers.
Take us to the edge of the rabbit hole. We'll do the rest.
Listen to Stuff They Don't Want You to Know on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff They Don't Want You to Know and start listening.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Mo Better Garage. Mo Better Garage. We make it way Mo Better. MoBetterGarage.com.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Friday, getting ready for Labor Day weekend. Almost said Memorial Day. I was like, wow, that went fast. It is The Penthouse. We had a big winner for us yesterday in Vegas, going to Vegas on iHeart, $1,000, seeing one of the best events of the year. It could happen. You could be next. Listen to those keywords and plug them in. Jimmy's in the house. Hello, and good morning. And Francis is here.
Hey.
And it is time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creaky Trifecta.
All right, gas went up about 10 cents overnight. I don't know how Steph Curry's going to handle it, but he signed with the Warriors for $62 million in change. Bling. He is one of the best shooters in the NBA. 4 titles. I don't think he'll get a 5th one, but he is definitely a guy who is worth the money. $60 million is a ton of cash, but that's what these guys are making. And remember what I always taught you guys, something's worth what somebody will pay for it. Last night, college football, Dion and his boys had a good game. They ended up winning 31-26, did not cover the 9.5. His son threw 4 touchdown passes, and Hunter, this kid is unbelievable as a receiver. He's got a first-round pick all over him. He caught 3. Tonight, another game with Reese and Clark as the Fever take on Chicago. Tickets are very expensive for this WNBA Classic game, and people seem to can't get enough of the WNBA so far. We'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks when college football now is going on, and obviously the NFL. And that is your Greeks Trifecta, lunchtime. Now over to Franny.
Well, I just want to add something to add to your trifecta because it's sports related. I don't know if you have heard yet, but it does look like that the Miami Dolphins coach, Mike McDaniel, has signed a new contract that extends him through the 2028 season.
How much is he making? Jesus. Get paid everybody down there. Win a playoff game, Mike.
I don't know how much they paid him. That's all I know is that they have extended his contract.
Yeah, why do you win a game? Win a playoff game. We haven't won a playoff game in 24 years. Mike, I got to go meet Stephen Ross. He's giving everybody money. He'd be great at a strip club. All right, over to Franny.
Well, they said under him, the Dolphins had the top-ranked offense in NFL in 2023, first time since 1994. They also had their first back-to-back playoff appearance in 23 years. And McDaniel has an especially strong working relationship with the GM there, Chris Greer, the CEO, Tom Garfinkel, and cap guru, Brandon Shore. It's a type of cohesive group that the owner, Stephen Ross, covets. So that's why he's there.
That's great.
That's why they extended his contract.
But they haven't won a playoff game. So
yeah, they say the playoff wins are obviously the final piece for the puzzle, and they believe that he can lead them there.
All right. We'll see what happens. Good for him.
No, you're going to be so upset about it.
I mean, he's just throwing money around.
Jesus.
What are we doing this weekend? Go to Stephen Ross's house?
All right, this is what's going on this weekend. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, heads up. Labor Day, second, final day of the Infinite at the Kravis Center. That is the immersive experience. It is so cool. Highly recommend. Check it out. You can go today, tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday. And then that's it. No more. And then we have...
And I think you got to go to North Carolina is the next stop.
Yeah,
for the,
so do it if you live here.
show.
Yeah, if you live here, I would highly recommend going to the Kravis Center. It is absolutely amazing. And then you also have live music tonight. Bush with Jerry Cantrell is going to be at Hard Rock Live tonight. And then this concert was sold out like a month ago. And I know people are asking me for tickets. I can't do it, y'all. Can't do it. We don't have them. But tonight, I think Financial Amphitheater, Imagine Dragons is going to be there playing. And yeah, that is a sold out show.
Oh.
Then, if you want a Key West style party to celebrate the life and legacy of Jimmy Buffett, there's going to have live music, delicious food, drinks. The band Taylor Road will be playing some of Buffett's best, and they said there's going to be happy hour specials all day featuring plenty of what they call boat drinks. So come in your best island attire, sing, dance, and celebrate Parrot Head style. The event is from noon to 9 today, and that is at Deck 84 right there off Atlantic Avenue. Also something to do with Jimmy Buffett, and this is a text I got, so thank you for this, is the Humane Society and Tri-County Animal Rescue is having their annual Bark Buffett event at Bounce in Delray Beach, and that's from 4 to 7. And this is a Jimmy Buffett-style event, and it's a charity to help get forever homes to all these fur babies. So
Very
that's
nice.
at Bounce Delray from 4 to 7 today. Then we have Canoe Cruise, Grassy Water Parks. This is happening Saturday. And this is, it says, be kind or be king of the world on a boat like Leo. No, it's more of a canoe. While exploring the northernmost reaches of the Everglades during this guided cruise, sign up with a partner as canoes require 2 paddlers, wear sun protection, and they say bring some water with you. The event is from 9:30 to 11 a.m. And that is tomorrow, as I mentioned, off of North Lake Boulevard, 8264. Adults, $10. Children, $5. There is space limited, and you do have to register for that. Then we have the Cheating Husband Yard Sale, 8 a.m.
Wow, that's going to be huge.
Come and get it.
That's bigger than a dolphin opener.
Let's see what else we have. Oh, you have an event where you can teach your kids this tomorrow how to ride a bicycle with Pedal Yard this weekend. This is the Learn to Ride event is happening at the Bright Horizons, Boynton Beach. The event provides families an opportunity to learn how to teach your kids how to ride a bike. So I thought it was cool, you know? So sometimes you may not be comfortable to teach your kiddos to do so. So here you go. It's a little class where you can do that. Pedal Yard coaches work with parents to make sure the process is fast and safe. This is happening from 9 to 11 a.m. You go to pedalyard.com if you want some more information on that. Then they're doing a casting call for Fright Nights.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is tomorrow, I think, Financial Amphitheater, beginning at noon. They're going to be casting scare actors for their haunted houses. I mean, it was right around the corner at the South Florida Fairgrounds. Applicants must be at least 16 years old, and you do have to bring 2 forms of ID. You enter through the main gate right there, but if you want to do that, if that sounds fun to you, you can get some more information, southfloridafair.com/events. I do know that this weekend, too, kicks off Halloween Horror Nights. I was very surprised about that. Universal,
quick.
yes, early, right?
Yep, they were getting it ready when we were up there last week.
Mm-hmm. They are kicking it off this weekend, too, if you want to drive all the way up to Orlando this weekend. Then we have Jane's Addiction and Love and Rockets Hard Rock Live tomorrow night. That'll be a great show. It's been a long time since Jane's Addiction has been all together to play. This is going to be, I think it would be cool to watch this. This is going to be off of Burns Road. It is 4301 Burns Road. The event is from 9 a.m. to noon tomorrow. This is a fire truck pull. So teams of 8 test their strength and teamwork as they race to pull a real 30,000-pound fire truck faster than any other team.
Wow.
They say in addition to the actual pull, teams will be competing to see who can raise the most money to help local students with autism.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then Sunday, September 1st, Treasure Coast Music Festival at Causeway Cove Marina. Fort Pierce is going on. Hard Rock Live is busy, man. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, live music. Sunday, you got Meghan Trainor going to be performing at Hard Rock Live. Then we have the Flavor South Florida, formerly known as Flavor Palm Beach, kicks off Sunday, September 1st. And that's the one that features all these restaurants are saying from Boca to Port St. Lucie, where diners can enjoy affordable prefix menus ranging from $25 to $70. They have 70 restaurants that are going to be featured on it this time.
Cool.
So it always happens the month of September. It's to help businesses because this is some of the slowest times of the year when it comes to restaurants.
Yep.
We are off season technically.
August is always bad.
And it always gives, September though is when they do it, the month of September. And so this is gives you, not only helps the restaurant, but gives you some amazing deals too. So you can check out those things. And there you go for this round of things going on this weekend.
Great job, Francis. Thank you so much. We'll do it later in the show to give you another rundown. Don't forget about that yard sale in Jupiter. The guy who was cheating, his wife is throwing everything out and the kitchen sink. And she's selling a Thunderbird, which is amazing. A lot of people are going to be going on some road trips. And Franny's got the vehicles that are the best to go in there.
Yeah, so we talk cars every now and then, and in fact, we talked yesterday about the best used car, pre-owned cars to buy. But these are specifically the ones that if you are hitting the road with the kids or the friends, these are the best cars to take on a road trip. Now, right, we automatically think maybe minivan, SUV, and that is what we're going to find here. These six best vehicles according to study finds. And these are the ones that were ranked. And experts are the ones who rank them. And we are experts too. But most of us aren't rolling in luxury tour buses, right? Or settling into RVs. But the right set of wheels can still offer plenty of comfort and save money on gas. So you have to think about that. So which vehicles are the most reliable for these long drives?
Private jet.
Private jet.
How did you know?
Nice.
How did you know?
A G5.
Yep. But they rounded up the best vehicles for road trips from experts across 8 websites. They said, so pack up the dogs, kids, and your bags because it's time to hit the road. Whee! All right, so number one on here. We have the Honda Hybrid CRV. They said the Honda Hybrid CRV tops the list for a good reason. Fuel efficiency with comfort, and it features like a 7-inch touchscreen, Wi-Fi hotspots, and adaptive cruise control. They said with up to 43 miles per gallon in the city, it's perfect for long drives. And the roomy, stain-resistant interior for those kids is a nice bonus.
That thing gets 43 miles per gallon in city?
In city.
Holy smokes.
That's amazing.
U.S. News ranks it highly for its all-around excellence. So there you go. They say what sets this compact SUV apart is the attention to passenger comfort. They said even the rear seats recline, making long trips more comfortable for everyone. It also includes lane keeping assistance, which takes some stress out of extended drives. It's easy to see why this is a popular choice. Then we have the Kia Telluride, which is actually very nice. Full-size SUV. Yep. They said real win, especially because it's got the third row seating, perfect for bringing along the whole crew. They said despite its size, Advantage believes it delivers a surprisingly smooth ride. The 4-wheel drive lets you tackle just about any terrain your adventure throws at you. Mountains, sandy beach path, whatever it is, and it's packed with a bunch of safety features, they say. Car Guru says a Kia Telluride is the ultimate road trip vehicle, offering sophisticated travel for up to 8 passengers. It's a lot of passengers at a price that feels like a steal. It's got a powerful 291 HP horsepower V6 engine, luxurious seating, and top-notch features, according to that. I'm trying to see.
They were a pretty car.
It is a very pretty car. I agree. My girlfriend was actually looking at one of those the other day, test driving. Let's see. These are the best vehicles for road trips. V7. We have Chevrolet Suburban. Yeah, I mean, these are Mac Daddy huge cars. Yeah. Suburban Ultimate Family Road Trip, winning the best large SUV for families, awarded by U.S. News. You have 9 passengers in that sucker.
Wow.
More cargo.
Or sucker.
In that sucker.
Sucker's good, too.
I was reading
How many
cargo.
suckers?
I was reading cargo and had sucker on the brain, so I got a sucko.
You're a sucker if you're thinking 8 people with you.
More cargo space than almost any other SUV. They say it's perfect for big adventures. Plus, the third row offers plenty of legroom. And it has an impressive towing capacity and advanced tech features on there. They say it's one of the few vehicles that you can comfortably haul up to 8 people while towing 7,800 pounds, they said. Plus, it's got a bunch of cargo space. And they say that it has a fuel-efficient diesel engine option, too.
Yeah, take the boat with you.
Right? Take it with you. Then we got a Kia Carnival. I don't know if I've seen the Kia Carnival.
I have not either.
Yeah.
It's big because you have all rides in there, too. It's huge.
They say, yeah,
popcorn.
Does it come with a Ferris wheel?
Yeah, U.S. News praises the Kia Carnival as another solid choice. Affordability, lineup of standard safety features, lane keeping assistance, blind spot monitoring, spacious interior, says it's easy to clean, has plenty of cargo space, loaded with technology, including 8-inch touchscreen, smartphone compatibility, and 7 USB ports throughout, so nobody's fighting to charge their phone.
That's cool. Like a minivan.
Yeah. They said that if you're looking for a minivan for the next road trip, this is their top pick here. We have a few more on there. I'm not going to go super duper details, but yeah, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. They have all the things on there. Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid, which the picture that they have on this one looks nice on the inside. They said thanks to its plug-in hybrid engine and spacious seating for the whole family, you'll appreciate the tech perks, wireless smartphone connectivity, Amazon Alexa compatibility. Plus, it is the safety features like adaptive cruise control. The gas model of this minivan also delivers impressive fuel economy for its class. They say top-notch, lots of cargo. And now this one I find interesting, the Ford Mustang GT convertible for a road trip. They say, well, it's not practical.
But use it.
No, they say for driving a big group. This made experts list for those looking to have the ultimate view on a road trip, right? Let's say you're planning cross-country, relive some useful adventures. The Mustang convertible is a perfect ride for this non-SUV, the non-SUV on the list. I said EcoBoost Premium model offers 315 horsepower, smooth 10-speed automatic transmission.
You'll get there fast.
Yep.
You'll fly.
And they say all the tech you need, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, heated cool seats, selectable driving mode, and the thrill of cruising America's roadsides. So yeah, that's like if you're traveling with 2, right?
Yeah. Or alone.
Yeah, or alone. Yeah, you can do that alone.
Yeah, some people like a road trip by themselves.
Uh-huh. And I think I can't find the other one.
All right,
and there you go. It says 7, but I think I only gave you 6. one is missing. From
how about stealing a cop car? And then if there's any traffic,
I don't think you should.
You can
do
just
that.
fly around.
No.
You don't think it's good?
How about a Tesla and you fall asleep while it's in, lets it drive the autonomous way?
It should be.
Some guy got busted having a bunch of drugs in his car because he fell asleep while his Tesla was driving on its own.
Oh, really?
Somebody saw that he was sleeping, so they called the cops on him. And the cops actually turned their siren on a bunch of times, and he wasn't responding to it because he was zonked out.
Oh, yeah.
So they got in front of it, and they just slowed down. And, of course, since it's autonomous, it's slowed down and stopped, right? Because it detects that there's something there. And they pulled in, and he had a bunch of drugs in the car, and they busted him. It's like a What the Florida story.
Is.
Where
Not
how
my drugs, it
many
was in the
times,
car.
that's not the reason. Like, he wasn't busted for it because he had drugs. He was stopped for something else, an expired tag, or here he was sleeping.
Well, this doofus. Like, if you have drugs in your car, don't sleep.
Maybe that's why he fell asleep.
Maybe because of drugs.
Yeah, he was just gazonked out. He probably didn't realize.
I don't remember where it was. I don't think it was in Florida. It was somewhere else, but still. Man, what a way, huh?
We have, hey, PH, 47142. Y'all were talking about Gatorade and red wine. What'd you call it? Gator wine?
Gator wine, yeah.
Gator wine. While in college, I studied abroad to Argentina and Chile, a month of comparing and contrasting the wine industries. That sounds awesome. That basically meant that we toured wineries and vineyards every day. How do I sign up?
Wow, that's fantastic. And you went with a girl,
Gotta go back to college. Being college kids, we used to do the Gatorade wine combo each morning on the bus. It was our pre-game / hydration drink.
Wow.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So there you go.
Guess this isn't new then.
You were the originator.
Mm-hmm. The OG.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL put out a new list of the best trash talkers in the NFL. Jimmy, I don't know if you saw this on my list, but
I did, and
were you surprised?
I was very surprised. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's Josh Allen, they said, for the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
And I would have thought so many other people. I would have thought maybe Tariq Hill, because he loves to yap out there.
He also made a list. I think they put him on as the most overrated quarterback. Did you see that recently?
That was by, we were talking about that a little bit yesterday.
Yeah.
Was it on the Greek Zone, or was it must have been? And
yeah.
I saw but that was amongst other players,
By fellow
right?
players.
By fellow players.
Yes. He was voted NFL's most overrated QB by fellow players.
But quarterback, not player,
yes,
right?
Yes, just QB.
So, well.
Everybody's got an opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Maybe it's because he talks so much smack.
That's probably why. So that actually makes sense now when you put both those stories together.
Yes.
Well, the news list is also by players in the NFL. So it was a bunch of players that they asked, and they said he was the biggest trash talker. I don't see that in him. Obviously, we're not there. Like I said, Tariq Hill, I know he talks a lot of smack. There's a lot of guys that talk smack. But, yeah, they said that he is number one, Josh Allen. And he was like, yeah, love it. I'll do some more.
Well, overrated quarterback is going to be just completely opinion, based, right? Something like this, I mean, you don't get the moniker of a trash talker unless you are out there, talking trash, right? I mean, it's not like that just comes, we're going to pick him because we want to, right? I mean, there's got to be some truth behind it, you would think. Maybe he's not technically, but you would think there's got to be something.
Oh, yeah. They always said, like, Jordan was the worst, and Larry Bird, those guys both talk so much trash over the years, so many people in basketball. So I guess he loves to talk a little smack.
About that, huh?
There it is. Idea. And I wouldn't think that with him. Just, I mean, again, it's just a persona you have. It seems like he goes out there every day, does his job. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. He's had a very good career. Yes, I know he hasn't won it all, but you know what? There's a lot of great athletes out there and ball players who haven't won it all.
Well, it's going to be very tough for another AFC quarterback to win with as long as Mahomes is around.
Yeah, that's right. And with Mahomes there, it is going to be tough. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Friday, so there's a lot going on always on Friday. We have Greek Misspeaks that you guys can request, and we do it at 15 after. You do have a chance to win a trip to Vegas. We had a winner. That's right. We had a winner yesterday going to Vegas, and $1,000 from our company, hotel and airfare. You want to talk about a great vacation? That is awesome. You could take that $1,000 and buy maybe a bunch of hot dogs or hamburgers and do whatever you want. But that is awesome that happened. iHeart doing a great promotion, jacked up for them to help you guys out. But we want another winner. We had two. Why not get three? Why not get three? It's like when you're betting a parlay. You win two. Why don't I have a three-team parlay? Make it happen. Get the keyword, and we want you guys to win. Fran, we got coming back with some fun facts. Anything about bikinis?
No, we're actually going to have little stats about Labor Day, and I'll give you those when we come back on Real Radio 92.1.
When you give up trying to teach your parents how to use their smart speaker and take it home, tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
A multi-vehicle crash that's been blocking the northbound lanes of I-95 at Blue Heron Boulevard since early this morning has just moved to the right shoulder. Traffic finally beginning to move freely past that scene. Keep in mind, Lawrence Road is still shut down due to construction, Hypaluxo Road to Lantana Road. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hurst.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's new Saucy Nugs, a whole new way to nug. The best nugs are now even better. Wendy's new Saucy Nugs take the nugs you love and sauce them up in bold flavors, including buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, and spicy ghost pepper. Try them all today. For a whole new way to nug, it's gotta be Wendy's, a participating U.S. Wendy's.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe Palm Beach, 7 days a week. That's where the beautiful ladies are. Open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And Sunday night is Midnight Madness. Every Sunday from 12 to 2. In the biz, 50% off drinks. Step right up, spin a wheel of madness, win amazing prizes. Sunday night at Monroe's. Get you ready for the week. Monroe's in Palm Beach. That's where all the sexy, beautiful ladies are. Peace.
Bush Loaded, the greatest hits tour. Friday, August 30th, Hard Rock Live. With special guests, Jerry Cantrell and Candlebox. Tickets on sale now at myhrl.com or Ticketmaster.com. Bush Loaded, the greatest hits tour. Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Hollywood.
This is Sheriff Rick Bradshaw with an important message. Hurricane season is here again, and I urge everyone to stay vigilant. Pay close attention to local weather updates and ensure your hurricane kits are prepared with the essentials that you need, like water, food, and medications. Remember, your safety is our priority, but let's stay safe together.
Is there a sticker on your garage door? If something goes wrong and you need an expert to solve your problem, are you just going to call that number because the sticker told you to? I mean, isn't that something your husband would do? Better call these guys, honey. The sticker said so. Can't violate the International Sticker Code now, can I? What kind of self-respecting man in a house surrenders his independence to a ratty old scrap of paper with glue on the back? Of course, if you find a Mo Better Garage sticker on it, you might want to listen to your husband just this once. Because all garage door stickers are not created equal. No matter who installed your garage door, you can call us to repair it. Our technicians are expertly trained on the widest range of equipment with the experience to solve any problem. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. After we fix it, we'll put our sticker on it, so your husband has someone to call.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Ends Labor Day. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
As fall approaches, you have a lot to prepare for. Back to school, sporting events, family gatherings, and staying on top of your health. The virus that causes COVID-19 continues to evolve. So this fall, no matter what you're prepping for, you can prioritize your family's health and make a game plan for COVID-19 vaccination. Ask your doctor or pharmacist to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Don't miss our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One.
Las Vegas, and you're having a good time.
Friday and Saturday, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
iHeartRadio, let's go!
Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Weather Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy as we move through the remainder of our Friday morning. Some scattered showers and isolated storms are going to continue to come on shore for us as well. Winds out of the east around 10 miles per hour. Temperatures are headed up into the 80s now with our highs back in the upper 80s for the afternoon. Feeling a little bit warmer too. Change of storms will continue through the afternoon and evening.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
Compassion sponsorship means food, healthcare, education, and more for a child in poverty. And there are thousands of kids who've been waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Text the word radio to 83393.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
You've been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. You're listening to The Penthouse Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
U.S. Open is going on all the way till next week. Couple big upsets, huge upsets in the U.S. Open, and a lot of big stars. Mr. Judge was there last night checking out the U.S. Open. It is the Penthouse on a Friday, getting you ready for Labor Day. Hope you guys are having a good day, and I hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy it with family and friends. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello, and good afternoon.
Francis is here.
Hey, what's up?
And it is time for some fun facts about what?
It's fun facts. All right, so we are going to chat some Labor Day fun facts just because a lot of people I know are going to have the day off, and I wanted to get into it. But, I like to share what the holiday is. And, in fact, today is August 30th, which is National Beach Day.
Oh, yeah. Let's go to the beach.
So maybe enjoy yourself some time at the beach. It's College Colors Day.
Represent.
Rock your college colors and apparel. Show your spirit and school pride. Frankenstein Day. All right. It is International Whale Shark Day.
Whale Shark Day?
Whale Shark, yes. Toasted Marshmallow Day.
Oh.
So go toast a marshmallow while hanging out at the beach.
I want to know who gets paid to make these holidays.
There's other ones that are weirder than that, too. And
probably somebody that I heard.
And I'm going to get into some facts about Labor Day. Well, we've heard, right, the old, you can't wear white after Labor Day. Don't do it. Do. Well, they say, you know what? Screw it.
Wow. Just don't do it. Just screw it.
It feels like it's been let go a long time ago, doesn't it?
It has. A lot of people where that was a thing. This old tradition goes back to the late Victorian era where it was a fashion faux pas to wear any white clothing after summer officially ended. So the tradition isn't followed anymore. EmilyPost.com explains the logic behind the fashion trend. White indicated you were still on vacation mode at your summer cottage. And so that was,
all right.
Yes. And we're still rocking it, right?
Was that ever really a big deal down here, too?
I don't know.
I mean, just with a warmer climate is the only reason why I say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure.
Up north it was huge, but down here it didn't seem like it is. It just doesn't.
I never took it as much down here.
Yeah.
You wear whatever you want, whatever color you want, whenever you want, right?
Yeah.
Labor Day is always the first Monday of September, even though the first official Labor Day was actually celebrated on a Tuesday, and that was September 5th, 1882 in New York City.
Goes that far back, huh?
Yeah. They said, here, I got some interesting facts for Labor Day. We also consider Labor Day the unofficial NFL season kickoff. They said 99.44% of the time the NFL plays its first official season game the Thursday after Labor Day.
All right.
So we have the first Waffle House opened on Labor Day in 1955.
Oh, that makes sense.
Avondale Estates, Georgia. The very first Waffle House opened its doors to the public.
Oh, awesome.
We have, for Labor Day fun facts, it's also considered the end of hot dog season.
Really? You can't get a dog?
You can, but they said according to the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council, from Memorial Day to Labor Day, Americans typically consume 7 billion hot dogs. That's 818 hot dogs consumed every second during that time.
I think I saw a stat this morning that we have like a 212 per person that we have to get through in order to get to that level. Wow, that's hot. So we got a lot of eating hot dogs to do this weekend.
You know what? Kobayashi and Chestnut will do it for us.
There we go. All right.
They say even though Labor Day is considered to many to be the end of summer, we know that's actually not true. The first day of autumn is Thursday. This one's off. It's not Thursday, but it's September 22nd.
Yeah, it is September. That's what I thought.
Is it September 22nd?
I think it's
this one.
I know it's September, but I don't know what the day.
The average workday, speaking of labor, the average workday, like we were just talking about going down to 4-day work weeks.
Right.
The average workday in the 19th century was 12 hours long, 7 days a week, and sometimes children as young as 5 were working these hours in factories.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Get out there, make it happen.
So we complain about what we do now.
Yeah, really.
Man.
Yep.
Labor actually has an official mascot or icon, Rosie the Riveter. But do you know why? So Rosie the Riveter was used as a symbol of feminism and a morale booster for women working in factories during World War II. So an artist, J. Howard Miller, designed the infamous Rosie the Riveter poster, which has stood the test of time. Is that the one where she's flexing?
Yeah.
Flexing. Let's see. Labor Day weekend considered one of the busiest weekends to travel. AAA says the travel growth over the weekend has grown over and over. They're saying 35.5 million people hit the road, 85.8% by car.
Well, it said this weekend air travel is going to be the busiest ever, which is crazy.
Yep. And then interesting facts, not really about Labor Day, but about Labor Day. So they said that with Labor Day, speaking of labor, did you know that thousands of expectant moms will go into labor on Labor Day?
Oh, that's nice.
They said typically resulting in more than 10,000 babies being born, according to the U.S. Center of Disease Control and Prevention.
Those New Year's babies?
These are Labor Day. Oh, yeah. I was doing the math. And there you go.
Ballpark.
for your Labor Day fun facts.
Great job, Francis. We do it once a show to reflect on the day we're actually in. Don't forget, we're going to give you another round of things to do this weekend. And at 12:45, you're going to get an opportunity to win tickets to Corn. Who doesn't like corn on the cob, especially on Labor Day?
Speaking of fun facts, here's one for you, Franny. I know you're going to hate me for it, but well, anyway, here you go.
You got to put it in front,
You
too.
can put it wherever.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome.
I'm glad Jimmy's out here.
I got it anyway. Wow.
So glad Jimmy's out here.
Awesome. You got that?
Who? Nope. The hell did that? How did this happen?
It was a listener.
Who told on me?
Can we hear that
Son of a
again? I didn't hear it.
bitch.
What was that? What was that one again? You got to put it in front,
You
too.
can put it wherever.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome.
I'm glad Jimmy's out here. I don't know who this at. How dare you? Whoever did
Awesome.
that?
You got that?
Nope.
God, I got a new ringtone.
I was about to blame Dom for that one, but you said somebody told you.
No, that wasn't Dom.
All
No,
right,
it wasn't Dom.
so somebody could like time and date, save this.
Yep.
How dare you?
I had a whole bunch of emails with that. Nope. Here it is. Franny misspeak. Franny misspeak. Franny misspeak.
Son of a gun.
Wait, I did get a couple people yesterday or the day before asked me for Franny's big hit, Push in the Bush. Can you play that for
yeah. We got that. That's
for Labor Day?
It's really taking over these days.
It's number one in Wild. I heard.
People are going to be playing on the boats this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
The originals.
Push, push in my bush. Push, push in my bush. Push, push in my bush. Push, push in my bush.
Such a catchy tune.
Yeah.
Push, push in my bush. Push.
You'll be hearing this at barbecues all weekend.
In my bush. Push.
And boat rides.
Push, push in my bush. Push. Push,
Pop
push
over to football.
in my bush. Push.
Get a frisbee out.
Push in my
I
bush.
push.
Still not over who all those emails. I told Jimmy to get
They
that.
love you.
I told him to get that audio.
What was that audio again?
Which one was that?
What was that, Jimmy?
You mean this one?
You can put it in front,
You
too.
can put it wherever.
Oh, thank you.
You can put it wherever. I can stop it right there, actually.
You can put it in front,
You
too.
can put it wherever.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome.
I'm glad Jimmy's out here. He's always here. Even when he's not
Even
here.
when I'm not here. I'm in Orlando.
There's a lot of people around dating websites. Some people say they're good. Some people say they're bad. You get a mixed bag of people's opinion on it. But there was a dating expert who said you should do a couple things. One of the things you should put down your interests and your hobbies, things that you like. If you don't have anything, make it up. She didn't say that, but I'm telling you to. And she said another thing is update your pictures, because that's a number one complaint with a lot of people, that the pictures are not updated and they're years old. So it's better to have a real picture of what you look like today than something years ago, because then when you go out with somebody, they're going to be like, that's the first thing they're going to think. They may not say it, but they're going to think it in their mind like, wow, he doesn't look like his picture, or she doesn't. So she said that's a really big thing with a lot of people, to update the pictures. Also put your interests and hobbies. Things like maybe you like walking on the beach, catching butterflies, just walking and, I don't know, reading a book, stuff like that. And if you don't have anything good that you think is going to intrigue people, then just make it up. Try something, but don't leave it empty. And also she said, dating profiles that are very limited, like 2 pictures and doesn't have a lot to do, people are not going to be attracted to that and they'll pass on it. So if you're on a dating website and you're not getting hit a lot, maybe it's not you. Maybe it's certain things you put on there. There is always a little bit of to all this stuff where maybe it gets a little intriguing, or maybe it makes people want to check you out. But this is one thing that she was saying. Again, everybody's got their own theory and their own thought process. Except when football season comes around, that's when they stop looking at their dating websites. But if you're on there and you want somebody to call you or you get interested, and that's why you're on there, because you want to meet somebody, do a couple of these things if you haven't been successful. Because, again, everybody's looking for somebody to share some quality time with.
And leave off the filters, too. That's another thing.
Yeah,
It's just
you're
good.
right.
Yeah, it's like people can tell.
You're right. That's a good point, Jimmy. Excellent point. Because when they meet you, they're going to say right away, like, what the hell's going on?
To me, it's not much different than having a profile picture up there from when you were, 10 years ago, right? I mean, if you got something that's just all completely filtered out, and you can tell. I mean, you can easily see. I mean, everything, like, there's not even one thought of a wrinkle or anything like that, and you can easily tell that it's a filtered photo. And then this one seems to be like the one where everything is very blushed.
Okay.
Right? Like there's a heavy amount of blush. That's another filter I've seen recently.
The one I see
on
that the
social
girls
media.
wear a lot is the one that puts the eyeliner on your face.
That
you can
too.
see that one where they have, and you know it's not the real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, just try to be more real than anything if you want to get knocked on a little. It is
No,
time.
if you want to get knocked on.
A little, is that what we call it?
Yeah.
Knocked on a little.
Well, but every time.
That's true.
I mean, instead of being picked up or whatever, use whatever term you want. You're out. I don't care how you score a touchdown, just score it. Jimmy, Greek misspeak time, 12:15.
All right, we are close enough. Let's get over here, and we'll get the wheel back out. All right, and here we go. I think I threw my arm out on that one. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, I'll be right back. I'm going to play this and work on this. So we got 195.
This is your Greek Misspeak
Okay.
I was at the Sawgrass Mall and walking around with a couple of my friends, just meringuing around.
Is that legal?
There are 11 teams in the NBA, and there's only 30 that have never won a championship.
Something isn't right.
We're going to come back with some fun facts about apricorns.
I give up!
Jorge, you're the best. We're going to run and keep rubbing doping, baby.
What are you people? On dope?
That is tonight, 8:30. And if you want tickets, man, you better mortgage your arm.
How much will I be getting every month?
Boston's playing good the last two games. You know the playoffs, every day it swings the pendulum.
Say what?
And the Marlins won, too. They won 4-3. And they are 14-1 in one-run games. So hats off to the Marlins. They're even swimming up fish.
I like the fishies. What do you like?
Like Chris Rock says, two people can't lift the couch. You know?
No.
And I haven't flown in a long time, but I did fly about a month ago to see my mom. But it was on my mom.
God's laughing at me.
It's been a long time, but maybe not that long. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. On the table today, you could always bring up anything, but we had the situation with the Panthers firing one of their employees because he posted a picture of their new center decal on the ice. And do you think the person should have been fired or maybe suspended or maybe, I don't know, a couple days maybe changed departments or his job. But do you really think he should have been fired? That's what the Panthers ended up doing. And I think it's a little harsh, but I don't know all the details like everything else. Jimmy, you have a couple different things here that are pretty interesting. And one of the things is that maybe a common thing that you do every day that might be a little suspicious.
You ever see somebody that does something so good, and after a while, I mean, like they're almost so perfect at it, you think, what's up with that? Here's a thread that was started by people sharing common things that people are really good at that make you go,
Let's try a song about that.
And the first one is right off the bat. This is pretty wild. One man says he and his wife went to a shooting range and fired a variety of guns for allegedly the first time.
Okay.
I added allegedly. And his wife's accuracy with a Glock was expert level. The trainer whispered to the guy, check her background.
That's funny.
That's funny.
It's
Check her
funny,
back.
but what? How about this one? These are things people shared that they found out somebody was so good at. It makes you wonder. One man was so good at making fake money for movies that he got a visit from the FBI. They even told him he had to make it look more fake because it looked so real.
Wow.
Somebody says people that walk silently. It's
Jimmy, that's you.
Yeah, that's me. I keep getting franny. Matter of fact, when I saw this, I thought of that too a couple
He will
times.
scare me all the time because I don't know that he is creeping up behind me, and he'll just even just say hi, and I'm like, because he's so quiet, I cannot hear him.
It's one of those. It was what was it? Well, and you know what always got me about it too is, and why I didn't know why I surprised you so much is because when I come from the direction of where the studio is, I figured you could see me in your peripheral.
I think, but I guess I'm in a zone because I was sitting in my I have a little cubicle outside of the studio, and I just sit there. Maybe I'm in my zone, but you are quiet. So now when he walks, he's like, "Stop!
I'm stopping my feet.
Stop!
Knocking stuff over.
This is what you get. You get the But yeah, people that walk silently, I guess, that is surprising to others. Being able to BS your way out of situations. Something to think about. Digging deep holes. I'll take this further. Digging holes that are squared off like a grave. That's what I think they meant by it.
Oh, all right.
These are things that people say that are everyday random skills that some people get so good at it makes you wonder. Remembering random details people mention in passing. It can be a good thing that shows you listen and you're invested in what people are talking about until you're too good at it. I mean, just the slightest minute details. Another one that you can kind of go along the lines with on that was people that remember license plate numbers.
Okay.
Because, and again, you just see it briefly and you remember it, right?
I mean,
And,
just a good memory in general like that.
That's pretty, makes you wonder a little bit. Knowing how to use a lockpick set or get into a house or car quickly when someone has been locked out or when somebody locked themselves out, being able to do it quickly makes you go, what do you do?
Yeah, right. How many of these have you broken into?
By the way, there's a guy, if you are on TikTok and you want to see somebody who's the best lock picker in the world, it's the lock picking lawyer. Somebody I see at that guy can get in anything.
What is it called? Lock picking lawyer?
Lock picking lawyer is what he goes by.
Okay.
And I mean, he must be a stand-up comedian too, because some of his videos he does a lot of comedy with it, but it's always just the whatever lock he's going to pick, and then you see him when he does it with his hands. It's just like a point of view type of video. But this guy can, get anything open. These are things that make everyday skills that makes you wonder about whether or not they're a little wacky or not. One man says he went back from home from college and whooped his dad's butt at darts 3 times in a row. His dad said, "You've been to the bar too much."
Oh, yeah. Where you practicing? You're not in class doing this.
You weren't that good before. Knowing all the way a drug test can provide a false positive. Somebody seemed comical, but if they're real.
Yeah.
A couple more. Somebody that is good at cleaning blood stains.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I would say that's a little bit suspicious. Finally on this list, having a knack for getting out of complicated relationships deftly without anyone ever hearing from the other person again. And then this was followed up by, is this a joke? I hope so. Is there anything out there that you know that somebody is just like an everyday thing, but they're so good at it, it makes you very suspicious of them? Give us a call, 877-927-6969 or 47142. That's our text line. It's wide open. And just start off that text with Real Radio.
Thank you, Jimmy. Excellent job, as always. You're going to have another opportunity for a keyword in the 1 o'clock hour. Don't forget about it. Your chance to go to Vegas on iHeart. We had a winner yesterday. Why not have another one today? Get that keyword and then yippee-da!
Yeah, yippee-da. Yeah, do that.
47142 started off with Real Radio. It says, we all love the Alabama remix, but maybe it's time for a Dolphins remix for Greek regarding the Dolphins losing the first 2 games. He's always saying that. Spice it up with a little playoffs. We got here. And they said, which song was bigger hit, Push in My Bush, or if Alabama loses, they're done? I don't know. Alabama loses, they're done is pretty good.
Can we hear that? We haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah. All right, we'll get that over here. And do you have any more texts?
Oh, we do, yeah. Do you
All right, let it rip. While I get this ready.
Sounds good. All right, we have dating profiles. When I was on the dating apps, I wouldn't bother with profiles who have no pictures at all. Didn't bother to complete the profile info and guys who sent messages to me with just a hi or hello. When I send a message, I would include a question or comment about something in their profile, so it would start a conversation. If they put 0 effort into their profile or message, I can't expect them to put effort into a relationship, and that's from our girl Sarah. Then we have talking about the dating. I had a girl cancel a weekend we were going to go on, so I put it out there on social media if there was anybody who wanted to go spend the weekend with me. I'm guessing at Cocoa Beach, and one of my friends from back in the day reached out and said, I would like to take a look at her profile picture on Facebook. And this is all one run-on sentence, so I hope I make sense here. And I would like to go look at her profile picture on Facebook. And I said, oh, yeah, I'll come get you. Well, you should have seen her when she came out the door. That picture looked nowhere near what she looked like, but I took one for the team anyways. That was a really long run on set. Okay, so I'm guessing you were going to take a girl out for a weekend. She canceled. You
So
put
then
it
you
out
put it
on
out there.
social media. Somebody else was like, hey, I'll go with you.
And then when they got there.
And it was one of your friends from back in the day, but I guess they didn't look the same way that they looked from back in the day is my assumption.
Yeah, sure.
Was like, hey, I'll go with you. I'm trying to decipher this. And then you went and looked back at her Facebook page and was like, oh, yeah, I'll pick her up. I'll take her. And so when you did, you said you should have seen her when she came out of the door. That picture looked nowhere near what she looked like.
Okay.
But he took one for the team anyways.
Nice. Way
So-
to be. Sound a little shallow there, buddy.
I'm guessing who was the team? You and who?
His own team. His own team.
Oh, and there we go. 47142 is our text line. And yes, we have a request for the Alabama remix.
All right.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Now, Bama loses. They're done.
Yeah.
Losing.
Yeah.
Losing.
Yeah.
Losing.
Yeah.
Now, Bama loses. They're done.
Yeah. Oh, that's a jam too.
Bama.
Yeah.
Bama.
Yeah.
Bama.
Yeah.
Bama.
Yeah.
Instant classic. They still playing this on Wild?
Yeah, they should.
Thursday nights. Now, Bama loses. They're done.
Yeah.
There it is.
I heard Saban wanted that.
Yeah. I wouldn't give it to him.
Now, do you think Saban is rooting for Alabama this year to have a good season or bad? Is he normal?
Good. Yeah.
You think good?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Franny, what do you think?
Is it good or bad?
Yeah, do you think he wants them to deep down?
I think he wants them to win. I
Okay.
mean, that was that's school he coached for a long time. I think,
Okay.
yeah, of course.
Deep down, I'm saying.
Yeah, I think
Nobody's
he does.
around, no cameras or anything like that.
I think he pulls for them.
I mean, he didn't leave there on bad
No,
terms
not at
with
all.
the school. I
Uh-uh.
mean, he just didn't think that he had to. Well, I think he just wanted to retire, but
Burnt
also
out.
just
Yeah.
his style of coaching is not really connecting with the players these days.
Yeah, but he even said that he when I was watching on game day, he was saying that he was there hanging out with the team and during like practices and stuff like that. That he made a couple visits with them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, helping out the new coach. So I think he still supports him.
College football tomorrow, full schedule. And we got it here, too, on Real Radio as the Gators are going to take on the Canes. Canes.
Now, are they playing in the swamp?
Yes.
Or are they? Okay, I didn't
Yeah,
know because some of these the first games they play somewhere else. Like I know
Georgia.
they're playing at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. A lot of them do stuff like that. So I wasn't sure if they were playing elsewhere.
Actually, for Clemson, that gives them a little bit of advantage. And overnight, that line has dropped from 13.5 to 11.5. So there is a lot of money coming in on Clemson. It happened overnight, and that is a big move for a college football game this time of year. It's not a championship game. It's not a playoff game. It's a regular season game, but it has dropped a lot of points. We'll see how it continues, but last time I looked on the Hard Rock app, and that's the only where you can bet in Florida, it was Georgia minus 11.5.
What do you think on that, both of you? I mean, I pretty much safe to say that Georgia wins.
I would say so. I
but
thought 13
with
and a
the
half
points.
was pretty heavy.
Right.
I wasn't comfortable with that.
From a betting standpoint.
Yeah, from a betting standpoint.
Okay. Same with you, Greek, or are you
But I
on
just think
Georgia?
Georgia's going to win.
I think Georgia wins.
Yeah.
Again, when the line moves, it's traditionally that somebody comes in and puts huge money on it. And there's a little bit of a play going on right now. People are talking about they think Clemson's going to be keep it close. We'll see. They also think it's going to be a low-scoring game based on the over-under of 47. The only thing maybe that Clemson has is that it's not during the, Georgia's not home technically in the, on their stadium. So that might give them a little bit of a break because there'll be some Clemson people there. And traditionally, the coach at Clemson does not get involved. In the last couple of years, he was like Coach K in basketball. He does not get involved in a portal. Really 100% against it. It's rare that they'll take anybody, and it's rare that they're going to lose anybody. So Clemson does have a team that's been around for a few years. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a great game, and it starts tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm excited. I watched this big hype of Georgia Bulldog hype video that they put out there, getting the team, then getting on the bus, going over them, like painting the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the fields, and yeah, it got me really excited about football. I'm so excited.
Everybody up.
So excited! I'll actually be at Sanford Stadium between the hedges. I'll be there next weekend.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
I'm stoked, for their actual real first home game.
Yeah, tomorrow's fake.
It's real. I'm excited. I got my Go Dogs earrings on and everything. Let's do this.
All right.
Go Dogs. It is the Penthouse on a Saturday, which is really Friday. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
Nobody has ever asked me to be a drug mule. It's almost
because you're not
offensive.
pregnant.
I could do it, though. I think I'll be good at it.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1. The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Not seeing any major delays on our Palm Beach expressways. Incident-free on 95. Drive times up to speed on the turnpike. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Every business faces challenges, but shipping shouldn't be one of them. Turn shipping to your advantage with USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Ends Labor Day. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
In today's Marketers Report, Erica Taylor, Chief Marketing Officer of Genentech, weighs in on audio's ability to reach any audience.
Everyone is listening somewhere, somehow. So it's a great way to take something very precise in what we're trying to do to reach patients with something that I think we can all agree is somewhat broad in reaching many, many different audiences.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Is there a sticker on your garage door? If something goes wrong and you need an expert to solve your problem, are you just going to call that number because the sticker told you to? I mean, isn't that something your husband would do? Better call these guys, honey. The sticker said so. Can't violate the International Sticker Code now, can I? What kind of self-respecting man in a house surrenders his independence to a ratty old scrap of paper with glue on the back? Of course, if you find a Mo Better Garage sticker on it, you might want to listen to your husband just this once. Because all garage door stickers are not created equal. No matter who installed your garage door, you can call us to repair it. Our technicians are expertly trained on the widest range of equipment with the experience to solve any problem. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. After we fix it, we'll put our sticker on it. So your husband has someone to call.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Don't walk, run to Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium Saturday, October 31st, when the Palm Beach Cardinals take the field at 6 p.m. The first 500 fans will receive a Mason Wynn mini bobblehead courtesy of Window Gang. Get your tickets by going to RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com.
Hi, I'm Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather Florida Injury Lawyers. Although our lawyers have handled hundreds of personal injury and wrongful death matters outside of Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast, the vast majority of the help we provide to our clients is right here in your communities. Our entire legal team proudly calls Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast home. Tomorrow morning, our lawyers will wake up in cities and towns in your communities and head to one of our offices located in Palm Beach Gardens, Port St. Lucie, and Boca Raton. Using our local legal power to help you is our purpose. Fighting for huge results for you is our mission. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
As fall approaches, you have a lot to prepare for. Back to school, sporting events, family gatherings, and staying on top of your health. The virus that causes COVID-19 continues to evolve. So this fall, no matter what you're prepping for, you can prioritize your family's health and make a game plan for COVID-19 vaccination. Ask your doctor or pharmacist to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Kevin Sorbo here, and I have an important message to share. If you owe the IRS back taxes, they can garnish your wages and levy your bank accounts. They can even seize your retirement or take your home. Tax Network USA is A+ rated and has saved over $500 million for their clients. Whether you owe a few thousand or a few million, they can help you.
Call Tax Network USA at 800-728-2000 or visit tnusa.com. That's 800-728-2000 or visit tnusa.com.
You hear more and more about identity theft in the news every day. That's because so much of your personal info is out of your control, like your insurance provider that has your social security number and your favorite retailer that has your payment details. If they get breached, your information's vulnerable. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code PLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Joe Buck and John Smoltz welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Uh-oh. She's looking at the cigarettes, but she just grabs the gum off the counter. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Real Radio weather.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy as we move through the remainder of our Friday morning. Some scattered showers and isolated storms are going to continue to come onshore for us as well. Winds out of the east around 10 miles per hour. Temperatures are headed up into the 80s now with our highs back in the upper 80s for the afternoon. Feeling a little bit warmer too. The chance of storms will continue through the afternoon and evening.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 in my garage after I overpaid for new blinds. I researched the industry, hired my mom, and 14 years later, we're one of the largest retailers of custom blinds in the U.S. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
Between the lines, far beyond legal and ethical limits, and under the surface,
dangerous or disruptive to the existing status quo.
Hosts Ben Bolin, Matt Frederick, and Noel Brown introduce you to the world of stuff they don't want you to know.
We have officially entered the age of biohacking.
History is riddled with unexplained events. Somebody messing with us? Now it's time for some answers.
Take us to the edge of the rabbit hole. We'll do the rest.
Listen to Stuff They Don't Want You to Know on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff They Don't Want You to Know and start listening.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
Real Radio 92.1. We are an iHeart radio station.
Penthouse. Fun fact about Labor Day, the 5-year-old child that was working in 1858 is making the same amount of money as a restaurant worker today. Yeah, right. Peace.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Friday. I hope you guys are having a good day and getting ready for the Labor Day weekend, doing something fun with family and friends, and be safe out there. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello, and good afternoon.
Francis is here.
Hey.
We got a lot going on in the next couple of minutes. We'll get to a trifecta, some things to do this weekend, a big giveaway for corn, and so much more. Let's start off with a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creepy Trifecta.
Last night, Mr. Judge was at the U.S. Open. He'll continue playing tonight as they play the Cardinals. Get ready for that series, and his pace will continue on, hitting home runs, hopefully. Will he get 60? He's got 53, and will he break the record? We'll see what happens. Yankees are in first place by 1 game. There was a college football game last night. Colorado won 31-26. They did not cover. They were laying 9.5. Deion's son had a big night. He threw 4 touchdown passes. Hunter, this kid's unbelievable. He caught 3 of them. So hats off to him. And also in the NFL, we're getting closer and closer, and we will see what happens. Next Thursday night is the kickoff as the Chiefs, the champs, are going for history to be the first time in the Super Bowl era to win 3 in a row. They will take on the Ravens, and the Ravens are getting 3 points. I'm going to tell you now, bet the Ravens plus the 3 points. And Steph Curry signed a 1-year deal with the Warriors for $62 million and change. He will be playing for the Warriors next year. Whether or not he retires, we'll see what happens. If this is his last go-around. 4 titles and 6 NBA finals. Steph's one of the best shooters ever in the NBA. And that is your Greeks trifecta. Peace. Fran, you want to give us one more round of things to do this weekend? Is that possible?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's do it. I thought I got rid of it. I didn't know if we were going to hold on 1 second. Okay. Things going on this weekend. Let's see. Think.
Anything with Peter Griffin?
Peter! Haven't heard from him in a while.
Nothing. So since we just did this not that long ago, I'll give a quick run through. Going on until September 2nd, we still got the Infinite, an immersive experience at the ISS International Space Center. It's so cool. Virtual reality, and that is done at the Kravis Center. If you've not done it, highly, highly recommend it. Super affordable. Bring your friends, family. It is a great time. And it is over on September 2nd. Tonight, you got Bush and Jerry Cantrell playing at the Hard Rock Live. You also have Imagine Dragons, I Think Financial Amphitheater. Then if you head on south to Delray Beach, Atlantic Avenue, Deck 84 is doing a big Jimmy Buffett Appreciation Day with the band at Taylor Road.
Cool.
Playing some of Buffett's best. And so there's going to be happy hour specials all day featuring plenty of boat drinks. They said come in your best island attire, sing, dance, and celebrate Parrot Head style. Also, Bark Buffett, another thing that's honoring Jimmy Buffett, but this is Humane Society and Tri-County Animal Rescue having their annual Bark Buffett event at Bounce today, Delray Beach from 4 to 7. This Jimmy Buffett style event is a charity to help get forever homes for a bunch of fur babies out there.
Cool.
Then we're going to move on to Saturday. They have casting call for Fright Nights. It's happening, I Think Financial Amphitheater, South Florida Fairgrounds, beginning at noon. There's going to be casting scare actors for their haunted houses. Applicants must be at least 16 years old and bring 2 forms of ID. And you enter right there through the main gate. If you want some more information, southfloridafair.com. Then we are going to have some help for parents. Maybe if you have difficulty, I know some parents don't even know how to ride bicycles. My mom doesn't know how to ride a bike. It was my dad who taught us how to. But if you want your kids to learn, this is a great thing. Teach your kids how to ride a bicycle with Pedal Yard this weekend. This is Learn to Ride event Saturday, tomorrow at Bright Horizon, Boynton Beach. The event provides families an opportunity to learn how to teach their kids how to ride. Pedal Yard coaches will work with parents to make sure their process is fast and safe. This is from 9 to 11 tomorrow. PedalYard.com for more information and that address. Also tomorrow, Jane's Addiction and Love and Rockets, Hard Rock Live, Hollywood, Florida. That's Guitar Hotel. Fire truck pull at Gardens Park. That's right off of Burns Road there in Palm Beach Gardens. This looks like a fun thing to watch. Teams of 8 test their strength and teamwork as they race to pull a real 30,000-pound fire truck faster than any other team. In addition to the actual pull, teams will be competing to see who can raise the most money to help local students with autism, and that's at Connections Education Center.
What was the road that's on?
That's on Burns Road.
Bird! Love it.
And then Sunday, we got the Treasure Coast Music Festival, Causeway Cove Arena, Fort Pierce. Megan Trainor will be singing at Hard Rock Live. You got Flavor, South Florida, kicking off. That was formerly known as Flavor Palm Beach. Kicks off Sunday featuring 70 restaurants from Boca Raton to Port St. Lucie, where you can enjoy affordable prefix menus ranging from $25 to $70. And when we say that, when you know a prefix, that means you get a bunch of courses. And that is flavorpb.com if you want to check out all of those restaurants that are going to be featured there. And there you go for a quickie with things going on this weekend.
As Franny says.
Great job there, Francis.
And then 47142 started off with Real Radio. Now, Franny, when the Gators beat Georgia on November 2nd, will you say go Gators? Absolutely not. And I don't see that happening. That's funny. Let's see. I heard that Granny was looking for a dating site. The only one that would accept her was a carbon dating site.
That's funny.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. And let's see. Somebody else.
I love you, Greek.
I'm really good at digging trenches. I'm 6'1", and when I dig trenches, I stay in one spot and bring the dirt to me. I do about 12 linear feet, then move. I can clear more dirt than most because I try not to bend over, let the arms and legs do the work. So something that they're really, really good at is digging ditches.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about things that people were just really good at. You're just like, wow, you're really good at that. Good at digging ditches.
Never know. You might need his number. Jimmy, I know you have some things that you don't ever want to tell your manager. 3 things. I'm sleeping with your wife?
Well, we'll see if we can get into this a little bit here before we give away our prize. But these are 3 things that, according to this MSN article, that you shouldn't say to your manager. No. So we'll see if you agree with it. Don't talk about your weekend plans. I'd be careful about sharing your weekend plans, especially if they involve going to a concert, partying, lounges, raves, or anything that might make your manager think that you're irresponsible or reckless. A friend recently told me that she called out sick from work, and when she returned, there were rumors going around that she was probably at a concert or a party instead. We've heard that many times, very similar things like that. We had somebody that I heard about not too long ago. They called out sick, and then the next day they were talking about how they were out with their friends until midnight and stuff like that. So right along those same lines, this person also said personal problems at home. It's another thing that you don't want to bring to your job. Another thing that I've seen come back on people repeatedly is when they lead their managers to think that they aren't focused on their job. Their mind is on their personal things that are going on at home. This is nothing that's really all that I think surprising to hear, but sometimes you have to be reminded of it. As an example,
and I know it's tough sometimes, like easier said than done, but I think that we're pretty good at when we come here, like just to turn off whatever's going on at home and when the mics crack. But even when I worked at restaurants and stuff like that too, I just knew so many people that brought their baggage with them. And I know life can be tough, but you're there to work and do your job, and especially when you're around people all the time and you can tell that there's issues.
They don't want to hear it.
They don't want to hear it. They're there so you can put a smile on their face, right?
Yep. As an example, one person wrote here, I just argued with my partner and they're driving me crazy. We argued about X, Y, and Z, and because of it, I'm not in the best mood. And, of course, that's them openly expressing that. And, of course, that can open the door for your manager to assume you can't separate work from your personal life. And finally on this list is disliking your coworker for their personality. If you dislike coworkers because they're obnoxious, spread gossip, or anything related to their personality, I would avoid sharing that with your manager. Not necessarily with the person. Yeah. It's really, these are things focused towards your manager. Now, here's the thing. If your coworker is missing deliveries and is unreliable and doesn't meet certain expectations, and you feel that you need to share that with leadership, that's a little bit different. But just 3 things that I saw on an MSN article that they were talking about not to share with your manager. Again, no big surprises there, I don't think.
Yeah, you just got to be careful. Remember, work is work, play is play. And also the thing about the weekends, I think people post a lot of stuff sometimes not realizing it. And then when they get back, like Jimmy said, if you're calling sick, it doesn't look good. It is time for our giveaway. Corn tickets, baby. Who doesn't like corn, especially on Labor Day?
Saturday, September 14th at I Think Financial Amphitheater. You want to go see Corn? Well, we've got tickets for you. Give us a call right now, 877-927-6969, 877-927-6969. 6969. We're going to play a little Florida Man Friday, and Franny's going to read you 3 Florida Man headlines, and you have to guess which one is fake. 2 are real, only 1 is fake. You got to find the fake one, and if you guess correctly, we're going to send you to see Corn on Saturday, September 14th, and I Think Financial Amphitheater. I see the phone lines are starting to light up. I'll get some people lined up, and we'll get going in a minute.
If you want to go see the Dolphins, it's coming up. They're opening up next week, but September 12th, there's a bus trip, and it's going on with the Crazy Horse Saloon. Go to their website for more details. But you get a game ticket, draft beer, a great cookout, tailgate party, game day swag, and a round trip. You don't have to worry about driving. It's always a hassle driving, and it's always a hassle parking. Well, go to Crazy Horse Saloon's website, get all the information. It's a bus trip Thursday night, Dolphins and Buffalo. That is awesome. That day we will be at Strike Cigar Lounge, the Penthouse, doing it up for the Penthouse and Greek's Gridiron. Our first show will be next Friday at the Crazy Horse Saloon. Next Friday we'll be live, the Crazy Horse Saloon. It's on North Lake. Doing our Greek Gridiron. Your chance to beat me to win a gift card for $125 to New York Prime. And then also, you beat me, your name goes in a hat for a 3-night stay at the Hard Rock Casino provided by ETA Jets, along with a $200 gift card to Council Oak. And we're giving away a golf cart. All that together. It's Greek Gridiron 2024 edition. We're excited to be doing it again. We'll give you more details about all the sponsors and so much more. But next week on Friday, we will be doing it at the Crazy Horse Saloon. The following Thursday, we're going to be at Strike's Cigar Lounge in downtown Boca. A lot going on, but we'll keep you informed and always let you know what is happening here on the Penthouse. Jimmy, are we ready?
We are ready, and we have Travis on the line. He wants to go see Korn on the 14th. Travis, what's going on, pal? How are you today?
Hey, good afternoon.
How are you today?
Excellent. Having a beautiful day.
Do you like Korn?
I do.
All right. Let's see if we can get you to rock out with Korn Saturday, September 14th at I Think Financial Amphitheater. This is a pretty easy game. Travis, make sure I get your right name here. I got 5 of them in front of me. And Franny's going to read you 3 headlines, and you got to let us know which one of those headlines is the fake Florida Man headline. All right, buddy?
You got it.
All right.
All right, Travis, let's do this, and I will repeat them twice just so you get it. So we're going to start with this headline, and we'll say this is A. Florida man sets hospital bed on fire to get nurses' attention.
Ooh.
B. Florida man crashes car into store, steals beer, then walks home. Or is it C. Florida man arrested for impersonating Disney character to get into theme park for free? A, B, or C, which one is the fake Florida headline? If you need me to read them again, just let me know.
Those all sound plausible. I'm going to go with C.
C is Florida man arrested for impersonating Disney character to get into theme park for free. Is that correct? That's the one you want?
Yes.
And Travis, you got yourself a pair of tickets to go see Korn.
Nice.
Wow,
Really?
awesome. I thought that was real.
I thought I would have figured that was out of all 3 of them. That was the most real, believable to me.
Nice job.
The other
All
2 are
right.
fake?
Huh?
Kidding.
Nice job, Travis. Now, if you would, I'm going to put you on hold. If you can hang tight for a couple minutes, we're going to go to break, and I'm going to get back on the line with you off air, and we'll get you set up with those tickets. Okay, pal?
Great. Thank you.
Congratulations. You guys know your Florida man headlines.
How about that, huh?
That is awesome. All right, Miami is called the Magic City because when you go down there, it's magic what happens. A little like Vegas, but it's Miami. But, Franny, you have something that some people think maybe the Miami people are not too friendly.
Yeah, maybe not so magical, but actually quite rude because Miami was voted to be the rudest city in America.
I'm surprised.
And I want to know, do you agree with this? A new study found out that, yes, among the 46 largest metropolitan areas in the U.S., this was U.S. Preply, an online tutoring platform, surveyed residents inquiring about the prominence of typically rude behavior to determine the rudeness level in their city. And they said the so-called rude behaviors featured in the survey included lack of self-awareness, talking on speakerphones and shared space, not acknowledging strangers, lack of care for others, impoliteness with service staff members. So a lot of big things that would consider rude, right?
Yeah.
Not letting others merge in front of them while driving, among other impolite actions. And they said, yep, rude behavior. The most were people in Miami.
How dare you?
And they said, aside from our horrific driving etiquette, that's a given. And this is somebody from Miami who wrote this. They said that.
That makes it even better, huh?
It was the mayor, actually.
They said, according to study, Miamians, is what they call them, say fellow residents lack self-awareness in public, are loud in shared spaces, rude to service workers, and are not friendly in public, do not respect personal space or hygiene in public, and lack care for others. According to the study, people in Miami, nearly 90% of residents say they believe people living, and these are among people who are voting that live in Miami.
Being honest.
They believe people living in downtown Miami and Brickell are not as nice as those living in the suburbs of like Hialeah, Miami Lakes.
I could see that.
They said if you're reading this and want to immediately blame the post-pandemic transplants, think twice because the survey claims that 54% of residents say it's the native Miamians that are ruder than the newcomers.
How did Port St. Lucie do?
It doesn't say. I don't think they consider that one of the 46 major metropolitan areas in the U.S.
Brickell is very snotty. It is.
But isn't that interesting? Because we always blame it on the Northerners, but they were like, no, it's the people who've lived here.
Yeah, Brickell is they have a little bit of attitude. I've been down there many, many times. Big money, too. I mean, a lot of the people down there, especially I'm talking about Brickell, Miami, too. So I could see the people inside the city being a little bit ruder, if that's what they're saying, and they are, than the suburbs. But, I mean, I never looked at it as people being rude, but, based on all that, it's, a little cliquey. I do see that if you're not, from around that area. But the rudest in the whole country. Wow.
Yep. So Miami, number 1. Philadelphia, number 2. I don't know if we're surprised by that, right?
No.
Tampa at number 3.
That's surprising.
Louisville, Kentucky, 4. Oakland, California, 5. Boston at 6. Memphis, Tennessee at 7. Las Vegas, 8. Long Beach, California, 9. And then Charlotte, North Carolina, which I was surprised about, at 10.
Yeah,
New York City's not in there,
surprising, too.
Yep. So
no Illinois, Chicago? Or did you say Chicago?
I did not. I'm looking at the rudest, and I only have 12 here. Jacksonville, actually, it was number 12. Wow. Albuquerque, 11.
Wow, another Florida city.
But I'll tell you, Miami moved up because this is 2024 score, right? The rudest city. The rudest city in 2022. I don't know, for some reason, they don't give us 23. So it's pretty different. So Philly was number 1. Memphis, 2. New York City, 3, which is not even on the list now. Boston, 5. Miami wasn't even on that list, nor was Tampa. Jacksonville still.
Great job, Miami.
Yeah, we 2 years.
Way to work your way up there. It only took 2 years.
They went from Shinola to what?
But in Jacksonville, 12, ranked 12, both 2022 and 2024, but no other Florida cities in 2022. So very interesting. But yeah, you did have New York, LA, which was LA. Wasn't on the list here for 2024. Those were all Detroit, San Fran, Washington, D.C. 2022, I think, are the ones that we'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. But very interesting. And these were people who voted, not only who visited the areas, but also lived in these areas. So, people suck.
Kind of subjective, though.
Of course it is. Let me see. Actually, I can extend. I want to see what New York is number 21 for 2024.
Wow, things got better over there.
Yeah.
I would have thought New York would have been in the top 5. Mm-hmm. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you hear that about New Yorkers forever. And even when people are going there, they're like, don't talk to anybody in the streets. They're rude. They won't be friendly with you. New York City always had that rep. Miami, though, a little snotty. Just a little bit, heads up in the air. Same thing with certain cities in L.A. And L.A. wasn't mentioned either. Los Angeles. Which I was surprised, too. Another huge market.
Yeah, it was 25 in 2024.
It is the Penthouse, and it is always a Friday when it is a Friday. It is Friday. We're going to come back with some Florida stories and a lot more, and a new keyword for you guys to go to Vegas. We had a winner yesterday. Why not be another winner and go to Vegas on iHeart and get $1,000? Hotel and airfare? It's once in a lifetime, baby, and iHeart's making it happen. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Be like the smart kids, like the summa cum laude of your workplace.
What?
Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Not seeing any major delays on our Palm Beach expressways. Incident-free on 95. Drive times up to speed on the Turnpike. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 in my garage after I overpaid for new blinds. I researched the industry, hired my mom, and 14 years later, we're one of the largest retailers of custom blinds in the U.S. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach, 7 days a week. That's where the beautiful ladies are. Open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And Sunday night is Midnight Madness. Every Sunday from 12 to 2. In the biz, 50% off drinks. Step right up, spin a wheel of madness, win amazing prizes. Sunday night at Monroe's. Get you ready for the week. Monroe's and Palm Beach. That's where all the sexy, beautiful ladies are. Peace!
When a hurricane hits, it's best to be prepared. That's why for the past 28 years, StormSmart has over 100,000 Florida product installations. Our innovative storm catcher screens and aluminum shutters are designed and manufactured here in Florida. Along with impact windows and doors, StormSmart can protect every opening of your home. At StormSmart, we take pride in living and working in the same communities we serve because smart is going with a proven and trusted solution. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
A secure retirement just doesn't happen by accident. When that day comes, what's most important to you? Are you sure to have more money than month? What about unexpected medical costs? Do you want to leave something to the kids or the grandkids? I'm Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know we specialize in these questions and can help make your retirement dream a reality with some of the highest guarantees in the business. Imagine getting up to a guaranteed 12% growth on your retirement income and up to a 30% bonus up front just for opening an account. If you have funds sitting idle in an old 401k or IRA, consider guaranteeing it to secure the peace of mind you deserve. Don't leave your financial security to chance. Take advantage of the highest guarantees I've seen in my career. Call Trajan today at 561-390-1000. That's 561-390-1000. Or visit us online at TrajanWealth.com.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. DBA in Florida as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Here's Brooke Burke for Skechers' new Workout Walker footwear.
Do you know the world's #1 most popular form of exercise? It's walking. And one company has you covered. Skechers, the comfort technology company, with their newest performance walking sneaker, Skechers Workout Walker. Because the Skechers Workout Walker is fully loaded to get the most out of your walk, including a carbon-infused plate in the sole to add more spring to your step. Find Skechers Workout Walker for men and women at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Freedom on the open road. Sharp reflexes and smart decision-making is all that separates your body from the road. Even just one drink can affect your ability to ride. Alcohol limits your reaction time and decreases inhibitions, which is the perfect recipe for a DUI. So why would you ever risk riding while impaired? Ride sober or get pulled over. If you hit the bottle, don't roll the throttle. This message brought to you by NHTSA.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Ends Labor Day. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
As fall approaches, you have a lot to prepare for. Back to school, sporting events, family gatherings, and staying on top of your health. The virus that causes COVID-19 continues to evolve. So this fall, no matter what you're prepping for, you can prioritize your family's health and make a game plan for COVID-19 vaccination. Ask your doctor or pharmacist to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy as we move through the remainder of our Friday morning. Some scattered showers and isolated storms are going to continue to come on shore for us as well. Winds out of the east around 10 miles per hour. Temperatures are headed up into the 80s now with our highs back in the upper 80s for the afternoon. Feeling a little bit warmer too. The chance of storms will continue through the afternoon and evening.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2024.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio has your shot at $1,000 and a VIP trip to Vegas for our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Text the nationwide keyword music to the number 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info, standard data, and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's music to 200-200. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Penthouse on a Friday. Thank you so much for always tuning in. Getting ready for Labor Day, and a keyword just came to you guys. That is your opportunity to win a trip to Vegas on iHeart. Make it happen. We had a winner yesterday and a winner last week on Rover. We're hoping to get 3 before the contest ends. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
Frances just left, and she's on her way to enjoy herself for a great weekend. But Jimmy's going to step in with some Florida stories.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida? Well, we're going to start in Belglade, where a Belglade woman has been accused of intentionally falling at a Winn-Dixie for insurance money. How dare you? Laverne Williams, she's 70 years old, had allegedly slipped and fell on a dark liquid on the floor at a Winn-Dixie, located in Belglade, of course, which resulted in her being transported by EMS to Lakeside Medical Center with injuries. The Florida Department of Financial Services report states that on July 21st, Spencer Morgan Law Firm sent a letter to Winn-Dixie regarding the injuries that Williams had sustained from her fall. The letter had claimed that the store should have known about the liquid on the floor. Winn-Dixie hired a special investigator because they wanted to make sure everything was on the up and up to investigate Williams' claim. The investigator found video footage that the spill was coming from underneath the shelves. The footage also reported to show Williams walking down the aisle with a man. When she stops, looks at the floor. At this point, she allegedly reaches for a bottle on the top shelf that appears to unscrew the cap from a water bottle. And then she spilled that liquid onto the floor. It ultimately shows Williams looking down and moving her right foot forward, intentionally causing her to fall to the ground, according to the state agency. Officials stated that the man with Williams attempted to pick her up and failed, then went to get help. While the man is getting help, Williams is shown scooting towards the spill and moving her foot around in it to make it look even more like it was part of the problem. In a conversation with investigators, Williams stated that when she slipped, she scooted into the liquid to see what it was, and then she did not unscrew the water bottle. She's trying to make it sound like that's not what happened, but she claimed that she had burned her finger that morning and would be unable to open a bottle. So, I couldn't have done it because, I had burned my finger. Through further, it's what happens. Cameras are everywhere.
Yep.
We know Greek. We talk about it all the time on the show. There's always a camera on you.
It's good you got caught.
Through further investigation, a private investigator found that Williams had previously submitted a claim for commercial liability against a Walmart for an alleged slip and fall as well. So this is obviously a pattern that she's been doing in the past and trying to get some fraud and insurance money. After reviewing video footage, officials found that Williams intentionally fell and accused Williams of insurance fraud. Next up, we have a doctor. He was busted for this one. There's too many open-end questions here, but apparently a 59-year-old internist sold his Florida medical practice in 2022 to a fellow doctor. In recent months, this person reportedly became upset over the business with the purchaser, and Dylan Dinesh is his name, who runs affiliated health clinics out of St. Petersburg. Court records do not reveal the nature of the business dispute, but apparently investigators allege that this person, Baula, I believe is his name, Baula, went to Dinesh's office on July 30th and soaked the front doors in gallons of fluid, which apparently had the odor of urine.
Terrible.
And he also allegedly returned to the property, again unleashed a cascade of rank-smelling liquid a couple of months later. On both occasions, cops say Bala had his vehicle were recorded by surveillance cameras. The urine-smelling liquid soaked in the front wooden doors, by the way, causing irreparable damage. Replacing the door will cost about $1,500, according to an arrest affidavit, which reports that the medical practice suffered about $6,000 in other losses related to this attack. This guy's apparently he was arrested yesterday and charged with felony count of criminal mischief. He was released from custody last night after posting a $5,000 cash bond. The whole thing about this, though, is we really don't know why he did this. It just
He was mad about something, obviously.
Apparently, the something about the business deal went down, and that was a couple of years ago, too. Now, finally, we're going to go to Naples, where the mayor of Naples was arrested on Wednesday night and was accused of driving under the influence of alcohol. The Naples Police Department said around 9:51 p.m., officers responded to a call from a resident at 16th Avenue South off of 4th Street South. The man told dispatch he and his wife had been followed by, since the intersection of another area in town, that's not relevant, to their home by an unknown woman driving a silver vehicle. Outside their home, the woman stopped her vehicle in the grass, and the person that had called police was there. They had a brief exchange of words, and that the woman claimed to be the mayor and appeared intoxicated. When officers arrived at the scene, police confirmed the woman's identity to be 61-year-old Teresa Heitman, the current mayor of Naples. Heitman agreed to complete field sobriety exercises, and officers said there was probable cause to arrest her because of her being under the influence of some intoxicating substance. The Naples Police Department said Heitman was taken to the Naples Jail Center, where she took 2 breath samples, which showed blood alcohol content levels of 0.155 and 0.169, both significantly above Florida's legal limit of 0.08, actually double almost. Heitman faces 1 count of driving under the influence with a blood alcohol content of 0.15 or higher. I wonder if that's a stiffer penalty. I've never seen that specified before, where the content is 0.15 or higher. I mean, 0.08 is the legal limit. She was released on bond Thursday morning. The police department also wanted to clear speculation that there was a minor in the vehicle, which actually there was not. They were able to find that out. So she's been the mayor of Naples since 2020 and recently reelected in March. I wonder if she'll get reelected again whenever that term is up. And there is your What the Florida stories. Yeah, what the Florida? What's going on here?
Good job, Jimmy. Appreciate it. We'll get into a couple other things today. We got some Greek misspeaks coming at you, a trifecta. We're going to talk a little college football from 1:35 to 2 o'clock. But Saturday Night Live is coming back for its 50 seasons. 50 seasons. And one of their guys that's been in on a long time, he does the news desk. He's got a famous wife, Colin Yost, and he makes about $25,000 per show. They do 21 shows a year at Saturday Night Live. He's been with them since 2005. That's some run. Wow. And Saturday Night Live has the thing, the longer you stay on the show, the more money you can make. But the most you can make is $25,000 an episode. So that's where he's going to be at. Approximately, this is a report on Saturday Night Live salaries. They don't know exactly, but that's basically what it's about. And as you get on the show longer and longer, it goes up your pay. But he started in 2005 as a writer. That's a long run. And never, I guess, had the desire to leave. And must really enjoyed himself, because I'm sure he had other opportunities. But he never wanted to leave, and he's been there a long, long time. He does that, he does the update. He's very funny. He really is. Very tongue-in-cheek, dry sense of humor, but funny. No doubt about it. Tom Brady's got some new restrictions by the NFL, and when they first came out, everybody's like, all right, we'll work around it. But now, reports are last night and today, will this maybe stop his career at Fox? Some of the things where he can't go to practices, he can't be in any other team's facilities, and people are wondering, is Fox going to want this? Because Brady's not going to be able to do the job like he needs to do, and any interviews have to be off-site. Brady had no comments, but these are new restrictions put down by the NFL to him. Now, if he steps away and he doesn't want to be owner, well, then that's fine. But if he really continues this thing to be an owner, 10% of the Raiders, the NFL is going to give him some very tough restrictions and also alter him as he is going to be announcing for Fox. Now, the other teams don't want him around, obviously, because if he's a percentage owner for the Raiders, he's going to want the Raiders to win and do good. Obviously, Brady would say, oh, that's not going to happen. but he is going to be restricted. I wonder if it will affect his pay at all, if they're going to drop it, because he's not going to be able to do certain things. But this is something that they said Fox or Brady saw coming from the NFL. Very interesting, though, if they do restrict him and different things. I don't know if it's going to make him step away from that big payday, but who knows how it's going to affect it. He's not going to have the insight, and he's not going to have all the access to people and to the players and coaches. And the coaches, maybe they'll meet him off-site, but I don't know so much about players if they're going to go off-site and sit down with him. But he is Tom Brady. We know that, and every time he talks or says something, people are interested. But as this is something that obviously he didn't see and Fox didn't see when they hired him and gave him that $35 million a year for 10 years.
We talked a little bit about it yesterday. I mean, the interviews and things like that seems like it might be able to be worked out. But I still think, at least in my opinion, and I'd like to get your take on it, Greek, is do you think that not being able to go to the practices, that seems like one of the bigger things that would be a problem, right?
Yeah, well, he's not going to be able to get the inside, see what they're working on. You hear a lot of the guys when they talk about the game on Sunday, they say, well, we were at practice Friday, we saw this, or they're working on that, different things they talk to players and coaches about. And again, these players don't have a ton of access. They're getting ready for a game. So, they're there during the day, and then if Brady wants to sit down with him, it's going to be at night. And who knows how many of those guys are going to want to do that. So we'll see. But the NFL did come up with this out of nowhere and saying, okay, if you want to be owner, that's fine. You want to be on TV, that's fine. But we got some new restrictions. Again, this is an area the NFL has never been in, where there's a person who is a percentage of a team owner and is also an announcer.
And this is also something that's been going on for quite a while, a couple of years, right? I mean, it wasn't like this was just this summer that, obviously that Fox had hired him, a couple of years ago, and that contract was put together a couple of years ago. And then now, since then, is to talk about him changed. Getting into his, it wasn't just an overnight thing. This is something that's evolved over the course of the past couple of years.
No doubt. Well, because when he went with Fox, he wasn't trying to be an owner of the Raiders.
Right.
Exactly what you said. So then that turned out to be okay. And then they're going to vote on it, and then they're going to see what happens. Now, we don't know if this is going to also hurt his vote.
I'm sorry, please.
No, it could hurt his vote by the other owners. They might be like, you know what? I don't know if I do want him in. He has to be voted in a majority. He has to get at least 17 votes to get his percentage that he needs to be a majority owner of the team, of the Raiders. So we'll see. You
were talking that could possibly change things with the contract. Do you think that Fox might come back and say, look, we can make this null and void, because obviously his involvement with the Raiders came after his contract with Fox?
I'm sure they got stuff in that contract you're dealing with Fox that if he can't do, handle everything they need him to do, maybe his contract would be, not up to what it was. I'm sure they still want him, but he's going to be limited. That's all. He cannot reflect on anything with the referees. He can't say anything about that, calls in the games. So the NFL's putting down some restrictions. It's going to be tough. I don't think he saw this coming. Now, he could step away and say, you know what, I don't want to be owner of the Raiders, and I'll just be with Fox, but I don't think so. He wants that because even though he's getting $35 million a year with Fox, the percentage he's going to get in the Raiders is going to be a lot more over the years to come. We'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, I wonder what's going to come about this. I'm curious as to whether or not he ends up saying, you know what, let me walk away from the TV deal and just stick with the ownership side of things, or whether or not he tries to do both and makes it work somehow, or if he does walk away from the because I agree with you. I would think that part ownership in the Raiders would be more lucrative, even though $35 million sounds like a lot, but you're talking about a piece of the team. I guess it all depends on how big that piece is.
It's 10%, but you got to go 10 years from now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everything keeps going up and up and up and up. And, again, this is something he wanted to do. Obviously, that's why he got involved with Fox. He took a year off. So we'll see. But it is something that I know he didn't anticipate. What I do anticipate on Fridays is a Greek misspeak. So we got another one coming up.
All right, let me get the wheel back out, and we'll get this going, and we'll spin the wheel of misspeaks and see where we land on. And all right. Oh, number 203. Here we go, kids. By the way, send in your requests. 47142 is the text line. Start off that text with Real Radio if there's a specific misspeak that you want to hear.
This is your Greek mystique.
The biggest story in college football, his team has not played a game, and today it's either going to be hype or bipe.
Hype is essential.
I agree with you. Who do you like this week? Because we're against the game. So then when you can't keep him, somebody picks him here. Then Cherry Blossom's that over there.
What the is that?
Then I would tell her, hey, the first time we went out, I felt like you were an FBI agent. You know, you're asking me all these questions. I liked you, but I don't really like to be interrogated. You know what I mean?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, I'm sure in this situation, after she got burned the first time, her lawyer sat down with her and family and said, hey, you know what? We got to make sure this is iron tag.
What?
8 years. What are you doing, dude? So, I mean, the Packer fans, you always feel a little jolted.
Said giving me a bad jolt. For a moment. I thought his mind had snapped.
Jimmy, I know you got a couple interesting things you were going to jump into. Please, just make it stop. There it is, Greek misspeak. If you guys have a request before the end of the show, we'll get it on for you on this Friday. Getting ready for Labor Day weekend. And remember, a lot going on tomorrow. The Gators are taking on the Canes. That game will be 3:30, and 12:30 is the pregame. We are home of the Gators. And then 101.7 is the home of the Miami Dolphins. Jimmy, I knew you had something on some questions for interviews. And these are things that possibly you might be asked, or do you think they're like, see what happens?
Well, this person wrote in, again, to another MSN article that was talking about HR and things like that. And these are questions that interviewees are asking the companies that they go to, their potential bosses or whoever they sit down for an interview with. And I know that, you like to dive into some of these things, so I thought I'd read these off to you and get your take on what you thought of them.
Sure.
One person said that they ask, what is the company culture like? The first thing I tell people is to ask about company culture. That's a big one. It's such a make it or break it for enjoying your job. I wanted my audience to know that asking about it is so important, because if you're miserable in your job, you're only setting yourself up to fail. Do you think that that's a good question to ask somebody that's interviewing you for a job for?
Yeah, I think it's cool. I don't think they're going to say it's a bad culture. I mean, because you know what I mean? They're working there already and they're trying to recruit you. I don't know how much of an answer you'll get that's truthful. There are some people who maybe reach out to some people on Facebook or social media and say, hey, Jimmy, you know what? I am interviewing iHeart. I would wonder if you have anything to say about it. You might get an answer. You might not. But the guy who's interviewing you, or woman, is not going to say, yeah, it's a bad culture here. I can't see them saying that in any shape or form.
What other type of answer do you think you could get from something like that? I mean, because you're right. I don't think somebody's going to say, no, it's a terrible culture, right? Or it's bad culture. So it's either good or bad. Or do you think maybe they'll want something more specific, like it's fun, we like to do this on Fridays, like a casual dress Friday, or I don't know, whatever. Just make something up there. We like to play games. We have monthly meetings where we do this or that or the other thing. Do you think that that's probably more of an answer that they're looking for there? Because that's what I think of.
Yeah, I think they're going to tell me activities they have. You know what? We get together once a quarter. We go out for drinks and dinner. We have a Christmas party. We celebrate everybody's birthdays. Maybe once a month we sit down and we get coffee. We bring in coffee. We like to have a good culture, and we like everybody to feel like they're a team and we have the same goals. Something like that. I can't see anybody saying, especially buddy interviewing, that it's bad. And I think they would throw in how many years they would be there. So if it was you or me, we would say, like, the culture's great. We're here 20 years. That says something right away about the culture to me. Because if you're there 20 years, can't be that bad of a place.
How about this question? What's the lowdown on my predecessor? The second question that this person says is, what did the person who held this role before me do that was appreciated but not required based on the job description? How about something like that? You're actually asking about the person you're replacing.
I don't know what, they're going to tell you about that, or is, what he did, you said, in a way of extra credit.
Right.
Yeah, and then it's up to them. It could be like, you know what, we'll use you, for example. Jimmy's always there to help everybody. He did a lot of production that he didn't have to do, always wanted to help. and he always lent the hand if we were short, something like that.
You know, it's funny. The first question you had brought up about this company has coffee. The example they gave here is, oh, the person that did this job before you, yeah, they got Starbucks all the time. And I was like, great. I guess we're having Starbucks at the office all the time, awesome. Meaning that they would also do that same thing.
Yeah.
Again, it's an example that they give on here. But I thought that was pretty interesting because it wasn't a lot of times when you see that, you automatically think negative, right? Like, obviously, maybe we fired a guy, so you think negative. But somebody's actually asking a good question and getting a good response about the person that held that job before you.
Yeah, I think most people, not all, when they're interviewing, we're not going to ask too many questions. You know, you'll hear the interviewer say to them, is there anything you'd like to ask me about the company, about the place? Because most people are nervous. Obviously, you want to be in your best behavior. You're a brand. You're selling yourself. You want to show them everything. But I think they're good questions to ask if you got stones.
What do my colleagues require? The third question, how can I best suit the needs of my direct counterparts? That came from wanting to understand in the most professional way the team that they're going to be working with. It helps me understand and identify how I would fit into the team. That's not a bad idea.
No, it's great. I think that's a good question. No doubt about it. How can I be an asset, basically, to this team? And you know what? I want to grow, and I want people to look at me if I'm here like, you know what? He can help. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's a very good question.
Yeah, especially if obviously that's going into a type of a position where you know you're going to be working with another team or another group of people versus an individual job, which obviously that wouldn't make as much sense for. How about this one? How successful is the team? I always thought that questions like that, because they're pretty much like, what are they going to say? Terrible?
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. It's not a terrible question to ask, but I don't know how honest of an answer you're going to get when you say something like that. How successful is the team?
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get that. I mean, unless they are, because then if they are, it's like when you're playing baseball and you're doing your batting average, you're going to tell them, you know what? We're number one in the company. We're the number one sales team in the district, you know, something like that. I think if they got good things to say, they're going to tell them. Because, again, it helps them.
Yeah.
Obviously, and you're trying to sell yourself to the person both ways.
Am I walking into a failing department? Or are you expecting me to turn things around? Or are you expecting me to just take the blame for something that's already failing? I mean, I don't think you're going to get honest answers for questions like that. So, again, these aren't all anything written in stone. These are just an example that was put out there, and I thought I'd run them by you. And finally here, as the fifth one and final one, what does the company's future look like? My fifth question, what's the company's 3-year, 5-year, and 10-year plan? I love this one because I've never walked into a job and thought I'm only going to be here for 1 year. What do you think about that one, Greg?
It's a good question. The person might not know that's interviewing you what the plan is for the company. But I think it's a great question to ask, and I think it shows that you want to be there, which is great. And I think that's one of the biggest things in all corporations. They talk about hiring, firing, how expensive it is to train somebody, to bring somebody in, and that, you know what, after 6 months, they end up bolting, they have to start the process over. So I think they're good questions. I really do.
That's another one that I kind of iffy on. What kind of honesty are you going to get, right? You know, I mean, is the company going to go, no, we're going to fail in 3 years.
We're out of here.
You know, but there's probably more to it than I'm not really kind of grasping, because I've never been in a job interview that would ask a question like that, right? So it's not anything that I have experience with, but it doesn't mean that it's a bad idea.
No. I mean, anytime you ask questions on an interview, I think it's good because you're asking about the company. I think one thing you should do is if you go for any interview or job, you should look up the company and find some stuff out.
That was going to be my next comment about that, because you could almost find out that question on your own, at least to some extent, if you do a little bit of research on the company itself. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would ask about my goals, what is required of me, is there any situations where possibly, you know what, I could move up in the company, different things like that. But I think the culture and stuff like that is going to be all positive, like most interviews. It's like sometimes when you go to a restaurant, you ask a waiter, you know, about a certain dish. It's different than asking them, what do you recommend? Because when you ask a waiter what he recommends, or a waitress, they're going to tell you what they like that they know is good.
Yeah.
If you say, hey, how's the lamb? I mean, they're not going to say it's bad.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
I've heard that. It wasn't too long ago that I was in a group setting where somebody asked the wait staff that, and like how was, I don't remember what the dish was. That's not the point. Is to go along the lines with what you're saying. It's like, what are they going to say?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's terrible.
Yeah, they're not going to say that. That's why if you do ask, they really have said you should say, what do you recommend? Because your recommendation is what you know is good or that you like. You know what I mean? Like, hey, the pork chops are great. You know what I mean? But everybody's different.
Yeah, but even with something like that, I mean, you don't know if your taste buds will be the same.
No,
I mean, in that particular type of a scenario, No, I always thought that one was kind of weird.
It's different, but at least it's the waiter or waitress is what he likes, and then they're going from there. Because I've been on with a lot of people, they always say that. But I always say the same thing you do. Do you think they're going to say it's bad?
Right. Now, maybe if it's something along the lines of how spicy is or how is this prepared, I think those are a little bit better idea, right? To give you an idea of whether you'd like it or not. And especially something like spicy, right?
Yeah, and I think certain things that you ask about certain items or products, say a wine or a liquor, you could ask them about that. I think you'll get an honest answer. With cigars, you hear people say, ooh, that's very strong. You want to stay away from that unless you want that. It is the Penthouse. It is a Friday. We're going to come back with a trifecta. We're going to get into a little college football. Mike's going to call us, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Gators, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Canes, and that Georgia line keeps going down. We'll be back.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
When C-Lane said aneurysm, I've seen a couple of videos
of people having aneurysms.
Yeah. There was one where I'll try to see if I can find this. He was just like walking into the lobby of a building.
Click favorites.
Mm-hmm.
The news junkie, weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Get ready to win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, and $1,000.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
Own the moment with the Ray-Ban Meta Smart Glasses. Wear timeless styles with technology that lets you listen to music, capture pictures and videos, live stream, make a hands-free call or text, and even ask Meta AI questions on the go, all while you stay present in the moment.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Looking good on our Palm Beach expressways. Major delays in Martin County emergency vehicles. This is a Turnpike South, right before Indiantown Road. Traffic backed up for at least a mile. All lanes are blocked. That's traffic on Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. Get a Sleepy's Queen mattress at the lowest price ever, just $89.99. Offer ends Tuesday. In-store pickup only. Hurry and stop by Mattress Firm during their Labor Day sale.
Hey, it's the Greek, and football's here. And if you like prop bets, there's only one place to bet, and that's the Hard Rock. Download the Hard Rock app today. Will the Chiefs three-peat? Will Tyreek Hill go over in total yards? And who will win the MVP? In college football, who's going to be the champion? If you're betting, remember, there's only one place to bet, and that's on the Hard Rock app. Download it today. The action is here, and football is here. Don't miss one game or any action. Download the Hard Rock app today. Peace.
For decades, the Mafia had New York City in a stranglehold, but the murder of Carmine Galante marked the beginning of the end.
It sent the message that we can prosecute these people.
From the minds behind the acclaimed television series, listen to Law & Order: Criminal Justice System on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart Radio app and search Law & Order: Criminal Justice System and start listening.
Is there a sticker on your garage door? If something goes wrong and you need an expert to solve your problem, are you just going to call that number because the sticker told you to? I mean, isn't that something your husband would do? Better call these guys, honey. The sticker said so. Can't violate the International Sticker Code now, can I? What kind of self-respecting man in a house surrenders his independence to a ratty old scrap of paper with glue on the back? Of course, if you find a Mo Better Garage sticker on it, you might want to listen to your husband just this once. Because all garage door stickers are not created equal. No matter who installed your garage door, you can call us to repair it. Our technicians are expertly trained on the widest range of equipment with the experience to solve any problem. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. After we fix it, we'll put our sticker on it, so your husband has someone to call.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Hi, this is Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. With more and more law firms advertising than ever before, I often get asked, what makes our law firm different? The answer is easy and simple. Our powerful team of experienced lawyers makes us different. Our lawyers have a proven record of obtaining huge results for our clients. Our lawyers go to our Palm Beach Gardens, Port St. Lucie, and Boca Raton office locations on a daily basis. No matter where your accident occurs in Palm Beach County or the Treasure Coast, our legal team is ready to begin helping and fighting for you. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Dial up your health like the 90s with $90 marijuana cards during MMJ Health's Meltdown Madness. Like Dad's trusty dial-up, our service is reliable and gets the job done. No buffering, just blazing fast wellness. Call 561-269-4137. Again, call 561-269-4137.
News Junkie is sponsored by FAMU's Mary. Educate, learn, talk.
See website for details. Bills Happen is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, the credit card bill came and we're maxed out.
Great! Maxed out cards, rent is due, bills are piling up. We just need some extra cash to help us get by for a few weeks.
We should do what my brother did. He went to billshappen.com and got $3,000 the next day.
With our bad credit, I don't think so.
Billshappen.com is different. They are one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
I'm sure there's a lot of paperwork.
Nope, my brother said it was easy. He did it right from his phone.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000 in minutes, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. Bills Happen's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Great news! I went to billshappen.com, and we will have our money as soon as tomorrow.
Wow, that is fast.
If you need extra cash, go to billshappen.com. That's billshappen.com. Billshappen.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Ends Labor Day. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
As fall approaches, you have a lot to prepare for. Back to school, sporting events, family gatherings, and staying on top of your health. The virus that causes COVID-19 continues to evolve. So this fall, no matter what you're prepping for, you can prioritize your family's health and make a game plan for COVID-19 vaccination. Ask your doctor or pharmacist to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Time with family, laughs with friends, and cash back? Discover's got you covered on the last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cash Back Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy as we move through the remainder of our Friday morning. Some scattered showers and isolated storms are going to continue to come on shore for us as well. Winds out of the east around 10 miles per hour. Temperatures are headed up into the 80s now with our highs back in the upper 80s for the afternoon. Feeling a little bit warmer too. The chance of storms will continue through the afternoon and evening.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Kickoff is almost here, and iHeart is the official home of the NFL Podcast Network, featuring podcasts like NFL Daily with Greg Rosenthal.
Packing it with so much goodness. Chock full of info.
And tons of fantasy football podcasts with expert advice for you to win your fantasy league. It's the best part of the season. Your team is undefeated and anything is possible. Take the iHeartRadio app and the NFL with you right in your pocket. Open the free iHeart app, search NFL, and start listening now.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by the physicians at MMJ Health.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. Listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
We're back on Real Radio. Don't forget tomorrow, Gators 3:30, 12:30 pregame as they take on the Canes. It's a season opener up in the Swamp. Francis is gone for the weekend, headed out to have a great weekend and enjoy yourself. And Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
And we'll do a quick trifecta, and then I think we got a couple people on hold.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
All right, Colorado played last night, and they did win 31-26. They did not cover the 9.5. Deion Sanders' son had a great night, throwing 4 touchdown passes and 3 to Hunter. Hunter is a first-round pick, no doubt about it. This kid can do it all. Great speed, great hands. He's going to be a very good receiver on Sunday, so hats off to him. U.S. Open is going on, and that will be going on until next week, September 8th. But last night, Mr. Judge was in the house. The Yankees MVP, him and Ohtani are the leading candidates to win MVPs, and the Yankees get back in action tonight against the St. Louis Cardinals. They have 1-game lead over the Baltimore Orioles. Hopefully the Yankees have a good September and take it into the playoffs. And tonight, WNBA, there's a game. It is the Fever against Chicago. It's Reese against Caitlin Clark. Tickets are very expensive for this game. The Fever all of a sudden are playing very good since they got back, and hopefully they can continue on in the playoffs because the WNBA needs them. And when you talk about basketball, you got to talk about Steph Curry. Gas went up 15 cents last night, but Steph Curry signed a 1-year deal with the Warriors for $62 million per season, so I think he should be good. That is your Greeks trifecta. Don't forget, if you want to hear the Dolphins will be on 101.7 all season long. Jimmy, who do we have?
We have our winner of our Las Vegas iHeartRadio Music Festival winner, Larry, checking in with us. Hey, Larry, thanks for taking a couple of minutes to talk to us here, and congratulations on your big win.
Thank you very much.
Larry, you must be jacked up. How long you listen to Real Radio in the Penthouse?
Well, the Penthouse as long as you guys have been on, and Real Radio since 01.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for listening, and I'm sure you got to be very excited to go out to Vegas to see this big event, and you get $1,000. How jacked up were you?
To be honest, I was sleeping. I got the phone call. I thought it was a dream.
Wow.
Have you ever been to Vegas?
No, but I got married there.
Oh, great.
Oh,
you still married?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Sometimes you ask somebody, you go, no.
Wait a minute. I think we just had a Greekism there. I asked if you ever been to Vegas, and you said no, but you got married there.
Well, congratulations. We're so glad you won. And is there anything in Vegas when you get out there that you want to do? I know you're going to be very busy with the big event, but is there anything else on your agenda?
No idea. No plans whatsoever. Just go with the flow.
Now, you taking a wife?
Yeah.
Oh, she must be very excited.
She doesn't know yet.
Oh, wow.
Oh, great.
She's not listening.
Well, I'll tell you what. Can we call her and let her know?
When are you going to tell her?
When I see her here in a little bit.
All right. Well, congratulations. Thanks for listening to Real Radio. You have a great time. And if you remember, check in with us when you get back.
Yeah, we want to hear all about your trip out there. And, of course, we know it's going to be a great event there at the iHeartRadio Music Festival, but we want to hear it from your perspective. Okay, buddy?
All righty.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for giving us a call, Larry. Appreciate that. And next up, we got our buddy Mike checking in with us. We're going to talk a little college sports with him. Hey, Mike, how are you today, pal?
Well, Larry's a big winner. The question is, can we find some winners ourselves?
That is the question.
Tomorrow and to Monday. Yeah.
And then as line's been going down, the big
action last night.
Excuse me?
Did you have any action last night?
Yes. It worked out well. I had the over in the Colorado game, which got over, and I had North Carolina.
Lovely.
So far, so good. We're giving out some winners to people. But tomorrow's the big day. Tonight there's a couple games I like, but more to talk about tomorrow. The Georgia line keeps going down. I just saw in the Hard Rock app that now is 11.5. Are you surprised at that?
No, there's suspensions coming for at least the first half for a few Georgia starters. I think that are going to affect that number. I think the bet tomorrow, if you have the guts to take it, would be Clemson first half. I don't know what the first half number is now. It was 7.5. I'm not surprised. I mean, you and I had this conversation this week. It's a team that lost a lot of star players last year, and people just think because Georgia's Georgia that this is going to be the thing. New seasons are very tricky. Clemson won 5 games to close the season last year after starting 4-4. Dabo Swinney is by no means going to roll over tomorrow, and that number now is a danger number in my opinion. I don't like that number for favorites, and I think the number was the same thing last week. We took Georgia Tech on the other side, Greek. So I'm not surprised, and I'm also a little nervous about that game now in general.
Yeah, one thing about that game, they're not playing in the hedges, obviously. They're playing where the Falcons play, so going to be a little bit, there's going to be obviously a lot of Georgia fans, but they're not home. The line is going in the way that you would take Clemson if you are a guy with money. But Clemson, the one thing he doesn't do is he doesn't get involved in a portal. He's like Coach K was years ago with Duke. He doesn't. Yeah. But he has a lot of, seasoned veterans that have been around for a couple years, good team chemistry. Georgia's quarterback is one of the favorites for the Heisman. It's going to be an interesting game. Like everybody's saying, you know what, that's a lot of points to give. And it is. I don't know. I still lean Georgia. I just think their defense is going to be a little tough, but we'll see. There's so many good marquee games tomorrow. There's 5 or 6 games and I know the way you are. You sit in front of the TV and you go, oh my God, this is heaven. I mean, the one we got on Real Radio is the Canes and obviously the Gators. And a lot of people like the Canes big, but as the game is getting closer and closer, a lot of people are making a little bit of a play for the Gators and what they have. Now, this is a game that the Gators are going to desperately need to win with that schedule ahead of them if they want to try to be bowl eligible. And I know it's September, and people would say, how could you even talk bowl eligible? When you look at that schedule, they're going to need every win they can get. Can they pull an upset getting home, being home, and beat the Canes?
Yeah, I think they can. I'm kind of on the same boat that you just said. I love Miami. It's probably one of the biggest plays for Mario. But as the games kind of get closer and you actually have to put your own money down and bet the games, it does change the psyche a little bit. And listen, Florida's not a pushover, and this game is more balanced, I think, than people think. But I'm just going off the fact that Miami brought in so many high transfers this year. It's now year 3 of Mario Cristobal. I think it's a money year for him. It's also year 3 for Billy Napier, who very well could be on the way out.
Yes.
This year, it's a big game for a lot of people tomorrow, the transfers that came into both these programs, and really the coaches who have underperformed since coming out of both these schools. So a huge game for week 1. I'd say the pressure is more on Florida, though, Greek, at home. Kind of with their season, people already circling losses for you, and you're talking about bowl eligible the first game of the year at a university which has won national championships. It's a very strange time in Gainesville.
Oh, it definitely is. One of the other games tomorrow, marquee game. There's a lot all day, and you got a game Sunday and Monday. We'll get to those. But it's one of those games when you look at Notre Dame, the higher ranking. Teddy Covers always tells us for Las Vegas throw-out rankings. But playing A&M, Notre Dame getting 3. Both of these teams got good defense. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. But I like ND in the 3. But I don't know. Is it going to be a game like last year when they played Ohio State and it looked like, it was going to be a good situation for them there, and they ended up coming up short?
I actually won on both sides of that game last year. I think I was sitting with you.
Yeah.
I won the Notre Dame spread, and then I had the Ohio State money line. I forget actually the way I bet it, but no, I'm on the same side as you tomorrow. I think Notre Dame is in a prime position to make the college football playoff this year if they're healthy. They have arguably one of the best quarterbacks in the country in Notre Dame are going to be playing his coach tomorrow, Gelko, who took over for Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M, who is a very formidable opponent. I think there's a lot of pressure on Notre Dame. Again, year 3 of Marcus Freeman. It still is Notre Dame. There's an expectation there. And it's a brutal way to start the season with how tough A&M is to play. But I do think Notre Dame comes ready to play tomorrow, and if it's what I think, it's going to be a low-scoring affair. But I think Notre Dame is just a little too much for A&M at Elko in his first game.
Yeah, tough place to play. 12th man, obviously. We're talking to Mike, college aficionado and horse guy for years with us on the Greek Zone. Yeah, some really good games right out of the gate. This 12 playoff is so different than what we're used to and how teams could possibly get back into it, an early loss, Florida State being one of them. Also, you talked about Notre Dame with the Duke transfer. Last year, they had the kid from Wake Forest, Hartman, who did very well. But this kid from Duke, I mean, he's good. He's really good. He's going to be on a great stage.
Dynamic. He can run. He can throw. Smart kid. I watched a little bit of the documentary they're doing on Notre Dame this year. I always liked him when he was at Duke. And, it's a good spot for him. You just wonder. They lost Joe Alt, who was a first-round pick at left tackle for them last year. The guy they brought in to replace him is hurt. I believe Notre Dame is running out a freshman left tackle tomorrow for that game, and that does scare me a little bit, especially with Riley Leonard's ankle injury that has kind of prolonged here this past year and a half.
Now, I know you're a big Alabama fan, always have been. They go into their first season without Saban. They got their quarterback coming back. Is it possible that they can bounce back and do okay without Saban? But I'm thinking, I don't know if they make the playoff. What are your thoughts?
This team, I think, could win 11 games or they could lose 6. I think it's anywhere kind of in between. The big question marks of Alabama are, what do you have at receiver? No one really knows. You have Kendrick Law. They bring over Jermaine Bernard from Washington when Kalen DeBoer comes over. They do have 2 good running backs and arguably the best offensive line in college football, but there's a lot of questions on defense that this team has. And I just wonder, Kane Womack steps up from South Alabama, where he was DC, goes to a team like Alabama. You just, every weekend now is a little bit different than where you were at. It's the SEC, and there's a lot of challenges week in and week out. Now, tomorrow is kind of a layup. They should roll over Western Kentucky, but the schedule gets progressively harder throughout the season. They'll play their first real test, I think I said this last week, at Wisconsin. We'll really know how good the Alabama team is going to be if they can handle Wisconsin. If they don't, I think it could be a sign of things to come for this team down the rest of the season. But they have a lot of tough games, Greek. LSU on the road.
Yeah, Georgia.
On the road. I watched Missouri last night. Missouri's awesome. They returned 5 starting receivers. Don't know how you cover that team. Georgia at home. Oklahoma late on the road. I mean, so there's just a lot of tough games inside this year.
Yeah, and Alabama's got Georgia in 2 weeks in September or 3 weeks. So that's going to be rare. That's something we never saw ever over the last 20 years with the SEC, with the divisions. And the only time we saw Georgia and Alabama play was in the SEC championship. So that in itself is going to be rare. Let me ask you about 2 teams that people are talking about for number 1. Obviously, it's Georgia. But a lot of hype lately is all on the Oregon Ducks, even though they lost a great quarterback.
Yeah, they lost a great quarterback, but they also got Dylan Gabriel, who is on his 3rd team now, coming from Oklahoma, UCF, Oklahoma, and now to Oregon. Dan Lanny's a great coach. They have unlimited money with Phil Knight and NIL.
Yeah.
I think that has definitely changed the landscape of college football as we know, but specifically for a team like Oregon, when you have that kind of money, it does change things in your favor. So the Ducks have clearly, it seems like over the past week and a half, taken the steam out of the Buckeyes, which I do think is good for Ohio State. Ohio State was talked about all offseason as being the favorite for the Big Ten and the possible play for a national title. But Ryan Day has yet to live up to the big moments, and I do believe that the Ducks taking this much press immensely. I really do.
Yeah, they're a good team. And Ohio State.
It's real.
Yeah. I mean, but again, these teams are going to have tough games during the season where they really didn't in their own conferences. I mean, Ohio State played one tough game for the last 20 years, and it was always at the end against Michigan, and the same thing with Michigan. Now, with Oregon being out there and the different teams, it's going to be a little different for them, and a longer season they got to look at with the playoff.
And more travel.
Yep.
A lot of moving parts in the Big Ten now.
No, it's going to be interesting. Do you think the Canes have enough to really compete in the ACC?
From what I've seen from ACC football this year so far, absolutely.
All right.
The value is still there. I think there's still 3 or 4 to 1 to win the conference. I would still take it. I really believe this team is locked and loaded. We're going to see how real they are tomorrow. They could let me down like they have in the past, but with the weapons they have at receiver, now running back, guys returning on defense. Really a perfect storm in a God's honest weak conference, in my opinion. The ACC is not what it once was. I think it's really a two or three horse race with a bunch of outliers like the Georgia Tech team that we saw last week. And those two teams are Miami and Clemson. I think Florida State is not a team that's for real. You can't hide the quarterback, forever, Greek.
No.
Eventually, it comes out. And the difference between Florida State and Miami is Florida State has a quarterback who is not as polished, kind of a game manager type quarterback. I mean, DJ doesn't stretch the field. Cam Ward can run and throw the ball, like no other. And I'm high on the Canes, a little bit of a homer bias in me, but there's no reason they can't compete with Clemson for that title this year.
Before we let you go, Mike, give us a couple games that you're leaning toward for the audience.
Yeah, sure. So I think we're going to start tomorrow with the big one, the Kickoff Classic, as they used to call it, Greek. I don't know what it's called anymore. It's a number, if you can get it at 7.5 in the first half for Clemson, I would take it. I think Clemson starts the game strong. I think as the suspensions get lifted in the second half, Georgia comes out and eventually puts this game away. But I do think Clemson makes this a game in the first half, if not leading or tied at halftime. I think the number was 7.5 that I saw. If you could get that number, that's a definite play, I think, that I'm leaning towards tomorrow. The second would be Miami, 2.5, 3 for the game. You could buy it down by the half point if you can. Doesn't hurt your juice too much. The night game, I'm on Notre Dame. Those are 3 big games.
All right.
That we talked about.
Yep. Mike, always great talking to you. We'll get you back in the Greek Zone next week. We go back to a full schedule. We're excited about that. And hopefully, again, you like Clemson in the first half. You like the Canes for the game and Notre Dame for the game. Those are the 3 selections. And I'm going to be leaning with you on 2 to 3, not the Clemson one. But we'll see what happens. That's what's good about sports betting. You always get a lot of different opinions. Have a great afternoon, buddy, and enjoy your Labor Day.
Thanks, guys. You too.
It is the Greek, and I want to just say you guys have a great afternoon. Jimmy, thanks for all your help. Great job. Thanks for everything you do with the blog, the contest, and the Greek Misspeaks.
Thanks a lot, Greek, and have yourself a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Franny, good job. I know you're not here, but thanks for all your help. The Greek Zone will be back in full force next week.
Thank you, Greek. You're the greatest.
Well, Franny, you're too nice. In full force. We have the locker room tomorrow. Teddy Covers calling at 12 because we're getting pre-umpted, and at 12:30 for the Gators and the Canes. It is the Greek. Have you guys a great afternoon. Peace.
Welcome to the Cult Club. Exactly. Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Florida Turnpike is completely shut down southbound between Martin Highway and Indiantown Road. You'll need to jump off, use 95 instead. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. Get a Sleepy's Queen mattress at the lowest price ever, just $89.99. Offer ends Tuesday. In-store pickup only. Hurry and stop by Mattress Firm during their Labor Day sale.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe and Palm Beach, 7 days a week. That's where the beautiful ladies are. Open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And Sunday night is Midnight Madness. Every Sunday from 12 to 2. In the biz, 50% off drinks. Step right up, spin a wheel of madness, win amazing prizes. Sunday night at Monroe's. Get you ready for the week. Monroe's and Palm Beach. That's where all the sexy, beautiful ladies are. Peace!
For decades, the Mafia had New York City in a stranglehold. But the murder of Carmine Galante marked the beginning of the end.
It sent the message that we can prosecute these people.
From the minds behind the acclaimed television series, listen to Law and Order Criminal